Ha! Success! Ha ha ha! I knew it would turn on eventually. All right, what we got? Let's turn this down. Though they are fine, fine tunes to dance to. All right, let's shut you down, Mr. Music Man. Let's go to the stream and see what's going on. What do we got? Let me see. How's my sound? Oh, I'm all the way down. Is that right? Am I always? No, I'm way up. Okay, how's that? How does it sound, everybody? How does it sound? Paper clips. Thank you very much. Already throwing subscriptions around. That was a good start. I think that answers your question about audio. What was the question about audio? What was it? What was the question about audio? Oh no, hope you're okay. What happened to Holly Drescher? What's happened to Holly? Oh no. How could you monitor yourself for signs of a concussion? Don't you need someone else to come running in and wake you up every so often? Isn't that the idea? There we go. No sound. Well, there's no. What do you mean questionable dancing intro? Animal Confuser. That was Friday Night Fever, basically. Sound issues. Still sound issues. Sounds melodious. Evening all. Sounds melodious. Well, that's a good thing, I guess. I see a microphone moving. Oh, it was me. Twitch just crashed. Oh, thank God, Animal Confuser, because it's always one person. There's always someone who's having some sound issues, and I'm always assuming that it's me. Look how shaggy I'm getting. I'm getting like a whole Santa Claus thing happening here. I'm supposed to be growing mutton chops, but I don't grow anything there. It all grows here. It doesn't. Nothing grows over here. So I think they'll be sticking things to my face come next week. Friday night, if you had a fever and were hallucinating, thank you, Untitled Tech. You're saying that my dancing is not up to par. I just ate. I'm now happy due to TechBandits, and I just hate pizza. You hate pizza? Wolf Pup, I don't think you're allowed to be in the TechBandits if you hate pizza. I think that's actually like a problem. All right, let me get it live. I'm in. Am I in the TechBandits live? I'm now in the TechBandits live. Look at that. Check. Double checking my sound settings here because there's so many things to check sound on now these days. Black Shark V2 Pro certified. And microphone. All right, that's good. That looks like it's all right. So, hey, Wolf Pup.
Hi.
Have you changed your name back to Wolf Pup again now?
No. I'm still Vibe Pup.
Oh, you're still Vibe Pup. But you got
Vibe.
Oh, Vibe. Like a vibing,
No,
like a vibe.
Just Vibe. On this server, I've nicknamed myself Wolf Pup.
Oh, I see. But your actual name is still Vibe Pup. Got it.
Yeah.
Very good. And I see you've got a little Christmas icon going as well.
Oh, yeah. My friend actually drew this for me.
Seriously? That's that's friend art?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's kind of cute. What did they use?
They use something on their phone.
Yeah, it looks like it has a kind of a slightly iPhone look to it.
It's actually a stuffed animal that I got for Christmas.
Really?
And I made that.
Wait, how could you have got something for Christmas already? You haven't had Christmas
no,
yet.
it's basically like I'm counting it out for Christmas, but it was basically like I found this, so here.
You found this, so here?
No, it was basically my mom went to Tally's and then found that. And
Oh, I see. And that was the basis.
For Christmas.
I got it. It was Christmas themed rather than actually for a Christmas present.
Yeah.
How are you doing on Christmas presents, by the way? Have you bought stuff? Have you got all the stuff you need to get?
I've got everybody one present because we're not going like full out presents
we're trying not to go full out on this one. I don't think we're going to do any big presents this year. I think we're just going to do like stupid little things. I got Jane the best present ever, and I can't tell you because in case she hears. The absolute best present. And I've got two presents that I don't know whether to give them to Jane or to Baz, so I'm going to give them to both. And they can fight over it. That's what I figure. Fight to the death. Untitled Tech, thank you very much. Subscribing for 8 months. Holy moly. Man, the time is just flying by. It's kind of crazy. We're into another shutdown by the sound of it. Another lockdown or something? Did you hear about that today?
I did not hear that, mainly because I don't search stuff up about COVID.
You don't do the doom scrolling that I do. Well, I do all the doom scrolling for you. I'll handle it. Apparently,
Wait, I
Apparently
was
they're
gonna
going.
say
Go
the
on.
latest news that I know exists is that like the Omicron or however you pronounce it, but I
Doesn't
don't
it
even
sound
know
like
what
somewhere
that
you
is.
should fight to the death? I will meet you in the Omnicron.
It does.
Doesn't yeah.
I, I didn't even realize that until you just said that.
I dare to face you in the Omnicron.
Yeah.
Is it me or is it freezing just a little? Stream froze for me too. Now it's back. Oh, it's probably it's probably my son having 15 screens going at the same time. Is he on the chat? I should be careful, otherwise he'll get mad at me for calling him out.
No,
All right, good. Yeah, I think
he's
so. He's gaming. Let's see what he's playing. What's he playing now? Can we figure it out? Can we see what he's playing? Can we check in on him and see what he's playing? Let's see. What does it say? It says Ham is online. It doesn't say what he's playing though. No, I don't see it. Hey, Gimpy G. Gimpy.
Yes.
Oh my God. Where have you been, buddy?
Oh, lounging,
Hanging out in your high-speed internet.
Oh, yeah.
Living La Vida Loca. But
We
seriously.
downloaded 10 games in a week. That was fantastic.
Oh my God.
Literally a week. I just got done today. Wow.
So what are the speeds you're getting?
Anywhere from 25 megs down to like half a meg.
Oh,
that's decent.
is it? No, it's not. What's yours at? Vibe? What do you think? What do you think you get on yours? What do they say is the good? You should check. What's it called? Uka or something like that? And what's the one that they use? Is it Uka?
Yeah, you need for speed test? Yeah.
Yeah, Ookla.
No, yeah.
Go to Ookla speed test. That's what I was recommended to check with. It's on speedtest.net.
I just want to say everybody in my house is doing stuff, so.
Yeah, so's mine. I'm gonna see how fast mine's going. But I bet you it's better than Gimpy G's right now.
Oh,
right.
Hey,
Here we go.
David.
Yes.
How old are you right
Oh
now?
my!
How old am I at this second? 50.
At this second.
I think
It's
I'm
at
53.
600 megabytes per second.
Okay, thank God.
How much?
Oh, God.
It's at 600 megabytes per second.
Yeah, mine's not too bad.
Mine's at 900.
Oh,
Up and down.
Right, mine
that
was
was my download was 600, but my
Is it it's megabits though, isn't it? Isn't it megabits per second? Yeah.
Correct. You gotta divide by 8.
Yeah. So it gets even
you want
slower,
bytes.
basically. I literally thought about getting another separate stream just for like backups and stuff because it was because every time we do a backup on our network, it just slows everything down to a crawl. Yeah, I think I'm 53, either 52 or 53. Probably 53. I'm usually older than I think I am.
53 doesn't help me, okay?
Oh, what do you need?
52 doesn't help me because I turn 52 tomorrow.
Oh, do you?
So, as long as you're older than me, I'm okay.
Birthday to you. Cal loves it when I sing happy birthday. So it's your birthday. That was a very subtle way. Nice segue there, Gimpy.
Thanks.
Oh, hi.
Thanks.
Did someone say birthday? I don't think they did, Gimpy G. I don't think anyone said birthday. Yeah.
Speaking of birthday.
So you're going to be 52 tomorrow?
Yeah.
Right. So I've got a whole year on you. That's why I'm so much older and wiser. That's what
and so like dilapidated and
that's why I'm falling. That's it. I'm falling apart. That's it. I'm falling apart for that reason. That's because of that extra 1 year. Yeah.
It weighs on the guy.
There are 8 bits to a byte. Yes, thank you, Nomad Ninja. Yes, so basically those numbers have to be divided by 8 in order to get bytes, and then it's the stupidest. It's a way of them being able to make it look like one, whatever they call it. What do they call it? 1 gigabits or something. Or there's something they keep claiming it's like 1G fiber or something. However I don't know what it is.
I think that it started back when you and I were young and on the internet, and we got like 28.8.
Right.
K modems,
But
and
those were kilobits per second or kilobytes per? I thought it was kilobytes per second.
I think it was kilobytes back then.
Yeah, so do I.
And then they just multiplied by 8, so that things really look fast.
I'm guessing it's just to confuse people into thinking that they've got a faster speed.
Yep. Uh-huh.
And then because they never ever write it all out either, they only just go Mbps or whatever it is.
I think so.
Yeah, it was bits. No, Malventana says we're wrong. It was in fact it was kilobits per second. But I'll bet
yeah.
you, I'll bet you back in those days they could write bytes on it, like kilobytes, and you'd like no one would argue because they wouldn't know that they were actually lying through their teeth.
They still don't know.
How are you,
I called them
Malventano?
not-
Sorry,
Hey,
go.
Mala. No problem. I called to get, like, to see what's, can I at least get in queue for something better? And the lady's like, well, you're getting 15 gigabytes right now. And I was like, do you mean megabytes?
Oh my
Like, she had
God.
no idea the difference.
That's great.
And she was a sales lady. I had to ask for her superiors. They still don't know.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just, is there just not a demand for it? I would have thought, like,
Well, I
Isn't-
think there's plenty of demand. This is that last mile they talk
Mhm.
about,
so the next house you get, you've got to, the first thing you got to find out is where the latest, where the closest central office is or something. So you're close enough to it that you actually have a direct connection.
The next house I get is going to be my house. I'm going back.
You're gonna go
I
back.
had
You're gonna go
gigabyte.
back to your house,
Yeah.
and your
I
house
mean,
had good speeds and stuff, right?
Yeah, I had fiber up and yeah.
Yeah,
It was
fiber
good.
up and down the yin yang. You got it
Yep,
right.
yep.
Yep. They don't want to run new cables. No, I know. It's like, but apparently they're spending a fortune now in new upgrades to networks to help people like you, Gimpy G. So they're going to give
Well,
lots of
right.
money to the companies that haven't been providing that service. They're going to give a lot of money to them
Well-
in order to incentivize them to really want to help you out with the service that they haven't provided you so far.
That's where I'll never understand.
I don't know.
Like, these people hate socialism
Yeah.
unless it, like, enriches rich people.
Mm.
Okay, cool. Whatever.
It's well, don't even start me on the phone companies. Although here, okay, so this is what I had this brainwave of what to talk about today because
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I was actually going to get to TechBandits today or not. So I had to I went in for like a rehearsal for this thing. And but luckily I'm rehearsing, like, it's the guy who's directing it is like one of my oldest friends. So it's like he's like,
Okay.
yeah, you did it exactly the way I thought you were gonna do it. I'm like, great, okay, is that good? He's like, yeah, that's what I planned. So it wasn't a very long rehearsal. And he's like, you're just gonna talk really fast, right? I was like, yeah, perfect, done. And then I had to do a wardrobe fitting, but they couldn't find my pants. So I spent a long time on the internet without pants. There you go. Just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But they were paying me the whole time. They're paying me not to wear pants. Anyways, so yeah,
Wow.
I've done COVID tests. I've had no pants. I've had pants. Lots of fun. And then I thought, like, what if I was going to talk about something like this? I read these books. I don't know if you do this, Gimpy G, but I read these books all the time, which I call, pardon the terminology, kids and everyone, but I call it business porn. Because it's like stories about people who make a lot of money, or,
Oh.
proven track records to financial independence and stuff, which is kind of weird because I am kind of financially independent already. I just like the idea of, I don't know. I've always been fascinated by business and how businesses run and how people make money. And just, I love all the adventure around it, if that makes sense. But one of the things that this guy says in this latest book that I'm reading, and I'm not going to recommend it because I frankly find it kind of obnoxious, but one of the things he recommends is he's like, you don't want to be rich when you're like 50. That's useless. You want to be rich when you can use it, when you're not too old to enjoy it. Like when you're 30 or 28. So this guy's like 26 or something. And I don't know why I fixated on this book, but there was just a couple of points that had been made in another blog about it. And I thought, I'll listen to it, And, but what he says is actually, it's the stupidest premise in the world, really. He's like, the secret to being rich is business.
Be born rich.
No, it's business.
Oh, business.
He's saying is like the only way to be rich. And Wolf Pup, you are of an age where this can make a huge difference to you, right?
Right?
Nope, seriously. Is basically what he's saying is start a business as soon as you can that you're not required for, right? Because otherwise you're restricted to whatever many hours a day that you can work, right? So if you can set up a business early while you've got lots of energy and stuff, you set up your business, you work like crazy hours for a little while to get your company going, and you're excited about it. And then eventually the business is running on its own and you're no longer tied. The time is no longer tied to your business.
Okay, bit of a dumb question in my brain. It's probably not in your brain. But if you put in all that time, then how do you get the original money? Because you can't just be like, I don't have a
Oh
bit.
gosh, that's not a
I
dumb question. That's
No, that's a
very
great
smart.
question. It's like, where does you get? Where
Yes.
do you need? Well, I guess his suggestion would be that you try to do something that doesn't involve any seed money to start, or that you get, I guess, maybe a lousy job or something to start, or you borrow some money or whatever. And the idea is
So
like,
other people's blood, perfect.
or other people's. What was that?
Blood.
Yeah, exactly. Other people's
Yeah,
blood.
get them to go donate blood, and you take 50% because you
Because it was your idea.
You called Uber.
Well, or you do like, well, I mean, if you got a nice computer, you do a little bit of Bitcoin mining, or you do something like, or you do one of the cryptocurrencies or something. So you have a bit of money. His point is you don't need much money to have an idea to make something to sell, especially now that the internet's around, right? Like you could, okay, so perfect example. What's your favorite game, Wolf Pup?
Probably right now it's Fortnite.
Probably Fortnite. And are you good at Fortnite?
Woo!
Yeah, decently.
Okay, so you would do a book, you do like a little ebook or videos on how to, Fortnite for beginners or Fortnite for winners, or you come up with some like cool name for it. You write that book, or you do a video course or something like that, and then you put it on the internet, and then you're no longer like, then people can buy it when you're not even around, right? Is the idea. And again, I know this sounds like a stupid, silly idea, but in a way, I kind of wish I'd thought about that earlier when I was younger, because you could have a million different businesses that don't work this way before you finally find one that actually works. But I love the idea that his point that is so obvious that I hadn't thought of was like, you can only earn so much when it's you, right? Even the amazing amounts of money that I make when I'm acting, they're limited by the number of hours in a day, right? So even if at some point even if I was booked every day for an entire year, there's no way to earn any more than that. And if I get sick or I want to take a holiday, then I just don't get paid those days. Whereas if you have a business that's running, even when you're taking a holiday, as long as the business doesn't require your constant input and feeding and caring and stuff, you can actually be earning money. So let's say, you write a book about doing Fortnite gaming or something, and then you put it out. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Wolfpup, go ahead.
I was gonna say I wouldn't want to make a book because
Okay.
that's more of like a one-time thing.
Right.
But if you like stream and all that, then you're constantly getting it, and you can do that as long as you want. Because technically, if you
Yeah,
get
but you
big,
can't make any more than you have time available.
But you're still limited by your time, right? Unless you make videos of your videos.
Is you can't get rich until you can exploit other people. That's what they're telling you.
No, I'm not saying exploit other people. I'm saying until you can help people with a product that they want.
Oh, yes,
right?
Exactly.
Like you could do like I guess what I'm saying is that I just think it would be interesting to start approaching life, looking at you go like, how could I turn that into a business that could be making money for me so that I don't have to worry about making money later on, or that I could sell it later when it takes off or something like that.
What if the secret to making money is selling David Hewlett How to Make Money books?
Well, that's the funny thing.
Think about it.
If I've learned one thing in all of my reading of this crappy stuff, is that almost all of them are making their money by selling books about how they can make money. So you basically, I think you've actually hit on it right there, is that Wolfpup, you should write a book about making money. Right? How I made money.
I just want to say,
Go ahead.
I just want to say, how to make money is basically to have money, is what I'm getting from what you're saying.
But the problem with that attitude is you go like, oh, I give up. I don't have any money. So what am I going to do? Right? Whereas like.
What kind of, yeah.
I mean, and so it's like, I mean, Gimpy G, you're a perfect example. Like you get a certain amount of money on a monthly basis, but you want to do more than that. You want to do something that not only makes you feel good about what you do, but also, helps contribute in a way to society, to the world, that kind of stuff. So that's why you started streaming, right? Is that not a fair?
Yeah, I want to contribute, get my ideas out there.
Mm.
Honestly, okay. if you want to know what my main motivation in life is, everybody has dedicated themselves to me. They like don't have normal lives because of me. So I want to put more into the world than I've taken from these people. They need to know that their investment was something worthwhile. That's my main motivation.
So the hope being is that you can contribute in a financial way to them on that? Is that
It doesn't have to strictly be that. It has to be, either spread the story of how they lived, how I lived, how you can be productive no matter what, how you can enjoy life no matter what, those kind of things.
Dude, you should totally do a book. Wolf Up, I would read a book. I would read a book about, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, because it's going to be funny to some extent anyways. Like and I mean, I don't mean, and write's the wrong word, but like record a book, I mean, or whatever the term would be.
Maybe. I have such a difficulty. I just get stuck.
What do you get stuck on?
I get stuck on what to say, what not to say, because there were hardships, and then there were, these, I don't know. There's just things that were difficulties. You don't know if you want to talk about that, or if you want to stay completely positive. But I think then if you neglect to talk about the negative, then they don't know that some of the things that they're seeing as hurdles were also hurdles for you. Because a lot of people think, they go, okay, well, sure, you're in a wheelchair, but we all have problems. And I say, you don't think I've got those too?
Yeah.
You don't think I feel ugly in the morning or bloated or have to get a colonoscopy, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So all the things you think are problems, I've got that too. It's just I got this extra.
Right.
But people feel comfortable saying that. I'm not sure why.
I guess it probably makes them feel better.
That's what I think. They
like,
think we're all the same.
It's kind of like saying, like, he's got lots of money, but is he happy? Is Jeff Bezos really happy? I mean, honestly, I think he probably is. And if he's not, he can buy something that makes him happy. That's what I would think. I mean, I don't know. Look, I see your point, but the thing about writing that I think that most people don't understand, I don't think, is that first draft is crap. The first thing you write is
That's what I need to know.
It's just about spitting it out. It's like I would say it's like an artistic vomit where you're just vomiting out all of your ideas onto the paper. And then honestly, that in a way that can be quite easy because you're not worried about what you're supposed to be saying. You're just putting out whatever you've got. It's the going back and editing it that takes all the time. Here's
a weird for reals thing, okay, buddy? This is for reals. I have never done anything by myself, right? I'm old enough that there was no technology. You know what I mean? So anything I wrote, I went through college, I got a degree in math, never touched paper.
Did you have to do all the stuff in your head, basically? Is that
I did so much in my head. Like
I remember you saying that.
My ACT, my math was my lowest score because the dude they hooked me up with had no clue what I was talking about. Like if I wanted to set up the project. Yeah, so I mean, and for me to get my lowest score in math.
He did.
Well, I didn't fail. I did well, but still. And so I'm not used to being a solo creator at all. Like, and I feel almost nervous or I don't know how to explain it. It feels weird.
Look, the other thing you'll get into as well is that your brain will do anything to procrastinate on this stuff.
True.
It will come up with every reason in the book. I have found myself cleaning toilets rather than write a script. And you're like, what am I doing? Why would I rather clean a toilet than write a script that I'm excited about? But for some reason, your brain's just like, yeah. As soon as you've done the toilet, you're going to sit down. As soon as you've had dinner, man, I'm tired. Well, as soon as you get a nice fresh start tomorrow morning, it's amazing. It's like quitting cigarettes for that matter. The same way.
You're my twin.
Well, I think,
twins.
But I think people think that writers don't suffer from the same issue. And writers have exactly the same issue. Right?
Yeah.
It's just that they overcome that stuff. They just do it anyways. I remember someone saying that it's really helpful to be stupid because if you don't know any better,
I can see that.
You could just plow ahead with these things, not worrying about any of the consequences. But when you sit there going like, but if I do that or I say this or I do that, you should read Jonathan Tropper's book. So Jonathan Tropper was the he's got a bunch of books, but I think the first book he wrote is called The Book of Joe, which I highly recommend to everyone. I read it hoping to have fodder to tease him about on set of C. And instead, I loved it and ended up being like a sycophantic little fan on set. It was very frustrating. But his book is about a guy who writes a book about his hometown and becomes a huge, like, big New York Times bestseller. Except the only problem is when his dad gets sick and he has to go back to the small town, his book is just trashing everything about his old town.
Right. Everybody hates him,
And
right?
everyone hates him. Yeah. So it's just
Okay.
it's a great book. It's I would highly recommend it. It's called Book of Joe. And it's just a great idea.
So the moral of the story is wait till everybody dies, then write the book?
Well, just make sure you get paid so much it doesn't matter if they hate you.
Oh, okay.
That you can afford a new car when they
hurt your feelings.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But the business thing I just was interested in because I remember I've always been it was quite late in life that I took an interest in business, but never.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go. Wolf up. Yeah.
I was going to say you said this, but in different words. I'm rich now, so I ain't gonna run you over with a better car than yours.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's
You basically just said, I'm gonna run you over with a Lambo, and you have your. I can't think of any cars' names.
While you drive your Yugo, or your Volvo, your 30-year-old Volvo. No, I'm just teasing. I don't
teasing,
I don't think it would be. I mean, the whole point of the book, which I think is fascinating, is him trying to sort of reconcile himself with this town that he just that he both loved and hated growing up. But of course, it's easy to sort of concentrate on the negative stuff. If that makes
Did
sense.
Joe come up with this device so that he could talk about his own town and say, no, that's not you guys. That's the book.
That's interesting.
That the guy in the
I'll have to
story
ask
is
him.
writing.
I'll have to ask him, Jonathan. Yeah, I have to ask him because that is. I did wonder about that myself. Like maybe he's like, oh, it's all fictitious, but
How do you tell a story about a girl that you saved from there's a whole story, but Wolf Pup's here. Let's just say, and then she stole your credit card. Like, how do you write that story without getting her mad? Or I don't care if she's mad, but so that she can't sue you and stuff. I wonder about those.
Just don't use their names. Just use someone else's. Just change the name.
Okay.
Change the name or change an aspect of the story so that it's not. If you change enough of it that it's not obvious who it is, then people can take their own guesses as to who they'd be, right?
Well, I mean, I'm like the only wheelchair guy for like 50 miles, so that's what I always thought about. It's like, oh, people know. I mean, they still go, hey, how come you guys don't hang out? Oh, she's still my credit card. That kind of stuff, So I wonder about these things. But I don't care.
I don't know. It is. Look, I definitely think it's probably smarter to be. And we talked about this in regards to a different thing, but I do worry about taking on the world when you're not ready for them to show up on your doorstep type thing. But I'm doing very good, thank you, Sniper Echo. How are you doing? It's a good name, Sniper Echo. If you hear the echo, it's the last thing you hear.
Yes, I can hear it.
Yeah. Sir, what were you gonna say? Am I interested?
Well, anybody interested in my first business I ever had?
Oh, what was it?
The first Kimpy business.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Like you'll appreciate this. Do you remember Tidal Wave bubblegum and Pop Rocks?
Oh God, yeah. Didn't Tidal Wave? Weren't Tidal Waves the little squares, and if you bit into them, they would go.
They squirt some kind of like. Somehow there was 300% sugar.
Oh yeah, it was like
there should only be
it's like sugar wrapped in bubble gum. Yeah, got it.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
and then Pop Rocks. Didn't that kill the kid who said give it to Mikey? He liked it. Didn't that burn a hole in his stomach or something?
That's probably some urban myth.
It was totally an urban legend when we were a kid. That's what I heard. You guys, Wolf Pup, you still have Pop Rocks, don't you?
I wouldn't, but I've heard of it.
You've heard of them?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fizz in your mouth.
What is the chemical reason for them? What are they? Do you remember what it was?
Carbon dioxide. Right?
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, I believe so. It's just like your soda thingy, except it was, like captured in the chemical form. Then you put it in your mouth, and it rehydrates and goes.
I used to love those things.
Me too, and so did every other kid.
Yeah.
So I didn't eat lunch for like a week, and kept all my $1.50s, right? And then I went to the store with my sister, and she is fantastic. And she would look underneath we lived next to a bar, so all the pop machines outside the bar had like $20 under them because drunk people trying to put their quarters in the
Oh
pop
my
machine.
God, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
So we got all that, got some comic books, and I got a ton of Pop Rocks and bubble gum. Okay, so I go to school and I'm selling that. Okay, but I'm selling for $1 a pop because they don't know where the heck to get Pop Rocks.
And what do they
It was
cost
kind
you?
of like 15 cents a pack.
But it's also convenience. They'll pay extra to have it now at school than,
At school when they're not supposed to have it, right?
Yeah.
Then the little suckers during lunch, they figure out the Gimpy G. He can't stop me. This is free candy, bro.
No.
So, oh yes, let's just say there was a lot of what do they call that? The part that the company writes off as theft.
Oh no.
Seriously?
So they would just came up and took it and like, what are you going to do about it?
Boom. Yep. Boom. And I can't go, hey, he took my
Oh, because you're not
then.
supposed to be doing it anyways.
Right, because I'm already going to get busted. I'm like,
Is there no honor amongst thieves?
There is no honor. So, okay. There's a kid named Mike. He reads Conan comic books exclusively.
Very good.
He's got a neck like, I mean, he's 13 years old, benches 250. Okay?
Right.
And I say, hey, Mike, would you like half of my candy money?
If you beat the crap out of anyone who tries to take it from me.
So we're out there wasn't a recess. This was 6th or 7th grade. So we're just lunch hour. And he goes, okay, which one stole from you? And I go, that one. And he just starts running downhill. And he just tackles the kid from behind. And the kid like folds in half backwards. Okay?
Oh.
And he's on the ground. He can't breathe. He's trying to say, why? And then my new friend, gets the candy off of him and then explains to people who are looking that nobody takes candy from me. And then that was my first business. Some kind of shakedown candy business.
I was going to say, you should just go in the bodyguard business because that's remember My Bodyguard? Remember that movie, My Bodyguard?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
It sounds like straight out of that. See what I'm saying? Wolf Pup, are these not stories you would read?
Yeah, they are.
I think you need to change the names to save the guilty, and then just come up with like it's like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Only you're in a wheelchair instead. They're in a wheelchair because it's not you. Right?
Right.
It's your imaginary. But then the other advantage to that is, then there's like, if anything didn't go your way, or you would rather had gone the other way, you just get to make it up. And that's when my wheelchair rolled over. Yeah, I mean, like, there's just so many things you could.
No, but I love that it's real. That's what I don't want to embellish because they won't understand these crazy things that happened. Actually,
I see. So you do want true story. Yeah.
I want them to know that, no. I was, like, one time I was in a van with a Mexican drug lord, a drug guy, and a bouncer, and stuff like that,
Were you selling them Pop Rocks?
No, it was a whole thing. I'd have to tell you personally. It was very cool, though.
This is a book.
Yeah. Let's just say this. I'm a wheelchair guy. I'm 80 miles from home. The girl I'm with is so drunk she's laying across my chair, and it's 2:00 in the morning. I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Oh my God!
And I came out spectacularly. Really? I was so afraid. Oh God, I was so afraid. I was like, I'm going to die. This is great. I'm going to die. And I was like, buck up. Keep it to you. This is more than just you. This is you and her. So, yeah.
So you were basically like, please wake up.
Please wake up.
No, I think somebody slipped or something.
Oh.
Because either that or there's certain rules to Jägermeister I don't understand. Like,
usually when it gets to Jägermeister in an evening, you've already had too much.
Okay,
they're like those revolting shots that come out at the end of the evening. Is that the kind of that horrible brown
licorice kind of crap?
Oh God,
I don't like it.
No one likes it. They're just too drunk to care at that point.
Okay, I thought maybe it was like some kind of exponential growth things, like one shot of Jägermeister, and then 2, you're like 10 times more drunk. and then 3, you're like 1,000 times more drunk. Something
It also
like
just
that,
depends on the
maybe.
people
I don't know.
too. It just depends on the people. Though I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the I don't know what the drug is that they use. What do they call it? They used to call it roofies or something. There was the
Rohypnol.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that what it is? Right. I mean, the idea is it's
Well,
just so disgusting. Like it's just so. I mean, just check your.
you
There
know
was
they use
actually,
this.
one of the best inventions I saw. Here you go. It's a perfect example of young people making a business for themselves. Wolf Pup.
Oh, fantastic!
This was a couple of young women who had just started university, who were in chemistry and came up with a swizzle stick that you would spin
brilliant!
in your drink, and if it changed colors, you'd know someone had put something in your drink, so you wouldn't drink
Like
it.
a litmus paper.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they
So
call
like a
it?
COVID
Yeah,
test for your drink, basically.
dude, that's
Isn't
brilliant.
that genius? And it's a swizzle stick that just changed color. So it's like, oh, it's just gone blue, so I'm gonna go beat the crap out of whoever was sitting next to me at the bar, right?
Or or they go to
Oh,
jail.
there's a
which I think they
fingernail
should.
polish. No, Pac Mom, that's genius. There's a fingernail polish that
That
does
is
the same thing.
genius.
Oh, that's great. They have straws to check for that too. Isn't it revolting that you're in a society that actually
Yes,
requires that? But I guess it only takes
it's so
one jerk.
disgusting.
It just takes one jerk. It doesn't mean there's a lot of people who do it. It just takes one or two of them to.
Right.
There's also a coaster. I don't really want to put the coaster in my drink though. You know, that is wild. My movies are fine. Thank you very much, Scott. Snot bubbles. That's
Your
very nice.
movies.
Very nice of you to
I
ask.
can't even think about them.
They're not
If
movies.
I think about them,
They were the Putin
yeah,
pecs.
but
They were.
that's right.
Yeah.
Let's not, belittle.
I opened my computer and I'd left it on the page where I don't know who was it who did it. Who was it who did the art for me? Can't remember now.
Jack.
Was it? No, it wasn't Jack Jastrow, was it?
That wasn't it?
I don't think
No,
so.
it wasn't Jack.
Oh, the
Jackson.
artwork. I'm sorry, Jack did the.
If I go look,
Photoshop.
I'll lose my stream because I'm too confused.
Oh no, who was that guy?
You put your finger
I
in the
kept
drink and
putting-
tap it on the coaster. Oh, that's good. Wow. So if you end up with 2 fingernails that changes colors, you might want to think about your own life choices. That's a good point. Good point, Krusty 3D. It's very, very, very good point. Very, very good point. Wow, it took more than 40 minutes to come back to the pecs. Is that? Well, I mean, they're kind of hidden today. So yeah.
Dude, I got a racism during your last stream.
You got a what?
I just thought you should know. A racism, I think. I'm
got
not sure. What would you call this? Somebody saw Q and said, "Is that KPG?" I'm just saying.
Oh,
It
really?
felt racist. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
what? Like everybody in a
somebody
wheelchair
did
looks the
this.
same type thing?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
I guess it is
And
confusing.
we all
I
we all
suppose
walk like this. Wait, we don't walk. Okay, we all talk like this, and
it's the Q's and the G's. I get Q's and G's confused, to be honest.
It
as
was a
well.
letter.
Yeah, it is funny though. I did
No.
find myself. I did have to watch myself that I didn't, because my instinct is to call him Gimpy G, but of course
oh no,
I can't
Oh,
do that because that would, he does. We don't have that relationship. That's not, and it's also not
Yeah.
his name.
it's also not his name yet.
Yeah. Well, he was Q for ages, and now I think he's started to use Quinn again instead of Quentin, like it's his whole name. But man, that drink was so good. I had a nap after that.
I heard.
I drank like half of a drink, and I drink so little nowadays. I'm such a lightweight. I didn't check it with my fingernail polish, to be fair, but I made it myself, so chances are it was probably fine. And then I drank like half that drink, and I was like fast asleep, snoring in my chair.
Did you give what's your doggy's name again?
Huzzah! Yeah.
Okay, so were you like giving her headlocks, going, you know what? I say a lot of stuff about you. And I love you, doggy.
No.
I love you a lot.
No, because I do that without the drinks. That's
okay.
I'm a suck at the best of times. I'm a suck for that damn dog. That damn dog. I get nothing. But all right, Wolf Pup, come on, business ideas. What do you got? We gotta get rich today. I put Millionaire TechBandits in the title. We got to come up with something.
No,
Roblox is basically like
Oh,
perfect
Roblox.
for that.
Actually, that's a perfect example. Yeah. Or Unity.
I
You
just
can
thought of
build.
something, but that would be a lot. That would be very smart to
Oh, what would it be?
actually do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
No one's
don't
allowed to
copy
steal it.
my idea.
Oh, that's a good point.
Nobody steals.
No one steal this next idea. All right, well, okay, don't tell me exactly the specifics then, but tell me like what kind of area of the world it deals with. Like what is it? What is it? Is it an online thing? Is it a gaming
No.
thing? What is it?
Prank.
Prank?
Yes, a prank.
A prank that makes money?
Yes, because you have
Dude,
to
you
buy.
gotta just say it.
Wait a
Just
second,
say
you
it.
talking about a robbery of some sort or like some kind of a con?
No, you have to buy. You have to buy the prank item.
Oh. Oh, that's items, that's good. That's good. As long as you can ship it cheaply and it's made cheaply or it's made well, but that it's not too much to have it shipped.
It's
'Cause-
just a
Wait.
piece of plastic, but the trick is, it's looks like an animal.
Oh, okay. An animal poop? Because
Like,
that's already
It
been
looks
done.
it looks like a full-on real animal, and if you want to pay the $500 extra, you actually get a real animal.
You're going to sell animals? That
Yes.
is, I mean, there's no bad ideas, but that was one of them.
Did you guys know that you could buy monkeys back in like the 60s and 70s
Yeah.
from your comic book? They would send you a real spider monkey like in the mail,
Really?
and your spider monkey's like,
Those weren't real. Were they?
True. No, it's yes.
I mean, I know the
Many
sea monkeys
children-
were real.
Well,
And
yeah,
and
but they're
those-
like little bugs.
They're
I hated that.
what? No, they were little shrimp.
Well, okay, yeah, shrimp. Okay, bug shrimp.
You know the ones I liked the most was the dinosaur. There's one they call the dinosaur. And it's like some kind of almost looks like a horseshoe crab, but it's like
Oh, like trilobite.
it's like
kinda
it
thing?
looks like a trilobite. It looks like a trilobite. It's related to the trilobite, and that's a genius thing to sell. You're selling a freaking bug, and people are buying it, and you put it in a package and make it say it's a dinosaur, the world's oldest bug. No, it's not. It hasn't even been born yet. It's the world's oldest egg.
Hey.
But wait a sec. Okay, you know what? Raging Pixel's got a good one. Got
Okay,
one. How to
okay.
make millions. We tax the air we breathe. You know, you joke about it. But the
Well, that's
reality is,
coming.
I
Right.
remember when water. It was people. I used to laugh about the idea that people would actually buy water. Remember that?
True.
Oh my god! Now we're
Yep.
turning into that the old couple. And I remember Wolf Pup's like, oh, for God's sake.
Remember when air was free?
I remember when air. Yeah, you didn't have to pay for it. There was no taxes. All
You didn't
right.
have to cut it with a knife.
I'm trying to think of another example of.
Wait, if you had to cut air with a knife, then technically wouldn't that just be the tension in the air?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Maybe you should go into writing. It sounds like you've got
That's
a
a
poetic
dab
turn
of
of
the phone.
phrase there, I would say.
Yeah.
All right, so you wouldn't do a book, Wolf Pup. You would want to sell what? You'd rather do streaming and get paid for that?
Yeah, because basically with streaming, what you're saying is you could just work it like crazy. You could just do it in every day, basically.
Right.
because-
But it still requires more. You need
But
to
that's
figure out
you
a
the
way-
whole time. Like, how do you get
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of that? Like, because as soon as you stop streaming, they stop paying you, right?
Yes.
AI wolf pup.
But
Mhm.
if you like get different companies, like and you brand with companies,
Mhm.
you basically don't need to keep getting income if you're still getting income. Because I don't know how to explain it, but there is a YouTube channel where it's basically like
I think you'll find that those YouTube channels that you're talking about are ones that have branched out to such an extent that, like, I would argue this, and I think I've said this to Baz in the past too, where it's like, instead of trying to be a streamer, you should be like a network of streamers. So you have other streamers working for you, and then you combine all of your resources to because trying to do it by yourself is so hard, right? Or you start a company that just finds people who want to sponsor streamers, right? There's a great saying about during the gold
or
rush,
become the sponsor.
or
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
become the sponsor. That's good. So you pay people small amounts of money to sell things for other people, and then you make a profit on. That's actually very good, right? So you
I
find
think
sponsors.
it's been done, but yeah.
I'm sure it well, this is the other thing that this guy says in this book that I don't agree with, or that I kind of agree with, is he says just because things have been done before, it doesn't mean that they've been done well, or they haven't been done your way. Like, it's not. In fact, if there's many people doing it, it means it's probably a good idea. which I thought was interesting.
But what if I'm an idiot? See, he hasn't thought of that.
Well, obviously he did because he sold me the book. Like, so he knows I'm an idiot. It's not the idea, it's the execution. Yeah, I was going to say, so Wolf Pup, this is a very old thing that I know Gimpy G already knows about, but the idea being that
Wait,
during the
the
gold
Chris
rush.
Pirillo?
What was that?
That's the Chris Pirillo.
Oh, hey, Chris Pirillo. It's the Chris Pirillo who did your fantastic, what, it was like $6,000 or
Benefit?
something towards your, basically, Chris
Oh,
Pirillo
boy.
is here gloating over the fact that you're sleeping in his bed.
Right.
Right.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Yeah.
I know I sent him the tweet, but thanks, buddy.
Yeah, Chris.
I've slept wonderfully.
Chris did a live stream with Barnacules, which I never say right, and they raised.
Is it pronounced Barnacles?
It is Barnacles. Yeah, it's like Hercules and barnacles. I don't know the. Is it the etymology? Entomology? What is it? The etymology of a word?
Etymology, yeah.
Etym-
Entomology, I think,
Is bugs,
like
right?
study of insects.
Yeah, I get the insects mixed up. So what's it? Say it again. How do I say it then? What's the word?
Etymology.
Etymology.
The origin of a word.
Yeah, the origin of a word, right? Okay. Edamame. Thank you very much, Krusty 3D. That's very helpful. Thank you for putting me on the straight and narrow with that. Well, welcome, Chris. It's nice to have you here. I don't do windows or make beds. No, you don't have to make the bed. You just buy the bed. That's the beauty.
He's so famous.
Yeah.
He does exactly your ideas a lot.
Oh, does he?
Like he does like TikTok kind of shorts where he like drops some like wisdom bombs on people. But he does it all the time.
Well, Chris, how do you earn your money? Do you earn? Does Chris have a job as well, or is he full time? Is he full time online?
I'm pretty sure he lays golden eggs, or that's a goose.
Yes, but I'm not brilliant like TechBanditry. You mean you're not brilliant on television, like my son says. It's okay. He's just brilliant on TV. My son says he's a charmer.
He does say that a lot.
But he hurt his leg. So a big guy stepped on it while he's playing volleyball. I may have perhaps belittled the story slightly, but the basic premise I get is that a big guy stood on his foot while he was trying to jump in volleyball, and he's hurt his foot. So now he's got ice on.
That does hurt.
I'm sure, absolutely. Okay, Chris. I used to be a full-time creator of 20 plus years, and that paid the bills. My content these days is merely supportive. My career path is... Oh, right, of course, that's right. I thought that was the case. He's working at Intel, of course. But, I mean...
Wait, he works for the CIA? Oh, Intel,
no,
not Intel.
He doesn't do Intel. Nice try, Gimpy G.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe leave the comedy to Wolf Pup.
Pardon? I didn't understand what you just said.
I was saying we should leave the comedy to you. Gimpy G was trying to make a joke, and I was laughing at him. But that's so there you go. So Chris was doing content for 20 plus years. He was in it early, which I think probably makes a difference, right? Like trying to start it now, I imagine is difficult, if not probably impossible. I mean, I only do this because, well, literally, I started this because of Baz, because Baz recommended it, and then it's just worked out so well for TechBandits because that's where Wolf Pup is, frankly. So Friday nights are probably the worst for TechBandits, as it turns out, because they're probably all got far more exciting things to do than hang out and talk about how to get very rich with me.
Right.
But
how to reach off of David.
Okay, I just want to say you basically just said how to get rich by paying me is what I heard.
That would be great. That would be fantastic. But this is the other thing that I think people don't understand is that just because you're famous doesn't mean you're rich. Even if you're like even slightly famous, it doesn't. You don't get paid for being famous.
You still have to do stuff. It's not basically just you do it, now you're instantly rich.
Yeah, acting is wonderful because it pays very, very well when you're working, but it doesn't pay very much. Actually, it pays nothing when you're not, right? I mean, there are residuals and stuff that can kick in at certain points, but unless you're doing 1,000 shows like that guy from NCIS or something, I don't really think you're going to make. You couldn't survive on that for long, I don't think.
It's still possible.
Toss a coin to your Witcher guys. What's that? What are the Witcher guys doing?
You know what The Witcher is, right?
I do know what The Witcher is, yes. I tried watching it. I didn't get into it.
Really?
Is that bad? Is it all?
It's well, I don't think you watched long enough, but that's just me.
I watched like 3 episodes, and I was like, whatever.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
I like him. I just wasn't. I don't know.
Did you play the game? Because it's fantastic.
I didn't. To be fair, I don't. Yeah, you know what I'm like. It's the first person shooters. I get motion sickness. I feel a little queasy, and then I'm like,
I think it's third person though.
Mark Harmon. I got to say, Mark Harmon. Just a little aside here. Who is the guy from NCIS? He is one of the loveliest people I've ever had the pleasure of working with.
You just said a good point. What about third person?
Yeah, does that make you
Third
think like a
person, like
Breath
overhead,
of the
top
Wild?
down? Breath of the Wild. Is that third person?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
anything outside of you is third person. Yes.
Yeah, I'd have. Yeah, I've never quite got the terminology right on the thing. Anything that involves like turning your head makes me sick. I can literally get sick swiping through Netflix videos. Through suggested.
Okay, I can't believe in that just because of.
No, it's true. Like literally, there are some nights when I sit there and I flick through all the movies and I suddenly go, "Whoa, I gotta stop. I don't feel so good."
So you get sick just by looking for movies.
You want to hear crazy? My friend who's directing this thing is down. So Netflix Studios here in Toronto is down by the waterfront, and there is nothing between the water and the studios in some places. So the wind is pretty crazy. So I'm sitting there. We're just rehearsing with some guys on Zoom, and I look out the window because there's a giant barge tied up outside, and because of the wind, the barge is going up and down, and I start feeling sick.
Oh no!
Yeah, I got seasick standing on land watching a boat.
Vicarious seasickness.
Isn't that lame?
Wow.
I honestly think I'm convinced that the pandemic has something to do with it. That I've got like slight vertigo since for the last 2 years, but that or I'm just getting old and wimpy. Who knows?
There could be a thing wrong with your inner ear.
There
There's
probably
like
is.
Granules in there.
Well, I'm deaf in one ear,
off,
right?
You're screwed.
I'm deaf.
Yeah,
so that's got something to do with it. Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, so that's interesting. So Chris went to. Oh, see, Chris gets sick too. See. And he's like a big Intel
He's
guy.
a young, robust
Chris, what are you doing for Intel now? What are you? Are you allowed to talk about it? I mean, I am getting old. Thank you for confirming that. That's very kind of you, Raging Pixel. Oh, I forgot the Gold Rush part. So Wolfbug.
Oh yeah, shovels.
This is it. So yeah, you ruined my story. Gimpy G just completely stumped my. All of that setup.
I'm so sorry.
Man,
I'm so sorry.
you're like the worst comedy
no.
act. We're like the worst comedy act ever. Okay, Wolfpup. The idea being is everyone was freaking out because, oh my God, there's gold in them there hills, and everyone's running off and buying land in the middle of nowhere and then just tearing it up with pickaxes and shovels and all sorts of stuff, trying to find gold, right? But the only people who made any kind of sustainable income were the people who sold them the shovels and the pickaxes, right? It's the same thing now that's happening with all the NFTs and the cryptocurrency stuff. The people who are making the money are the people who are selling people crypto and NFTs and all that kind of wallets and all whatever the other stuff.
They're the ones getting money, like Binance and all of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So apparently, and I don't know whether this is true or not, someone I'm sure can confirm or deny for me, but I had heard that remember that big, was it called Beeble purchase? The one that really sort of put it on the map. Everyone's like, oh my God, an artist just got paid $1,000 billion for a bunch of JPEGs. Apparently, the company he was in business with bought chunks of it as well. So basically, they're buying chunks of the stuff that they're selling. And of course, if they're willing to buy it for an X amount of dollars, all of a sudden that's what it's going for, right? Now, I'm not sure that it was a con or anything, but the idea being is that there are no regulations on this. There's nothing illegal about any of the things that are going on here, though there is some definitely questionable business practices going on in this stuff. Because talking about getting rich quick type thing. I suppose, NFTs and that kind of stuff for some people have made people very rich very quickly, right?
Yeah, have you seen video game grading is doing that too? Like for collectibles, there's some company that will grade your video games, and then they're like, somehow they're manipulating the market so that like original Mario, Super Mario is, goes for 300,000.
Huh.
And it's
It's a
not
bit like
really. There's a bunch of them out there.
it's like eBay. When you go on eBay and you go like what we used to do this with Magic the Gathering cards or Pokemon cards. You'd go like, oh, what's this card worth? You'd look it up, and then on eBay it would go $3,000. That's not what someone bought it for. That's what
Oh
someone
my
asked
God.
for, right? And if they were smart, they would
Right.
buy it for
Oh,
$3,000. They'd buy it for $250,000 or whatever the hell it is, and then sell it for $350,000. They just made $50,000. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So I'm
Well, you
saying,
could get a sucker. I mean, motivated buyer.
I
And then
mean,
there you go.
I mean, look, I have no interest in ripping anyone off. I don't think I'd sleep. I don't think I would
No.
enjoy my riches that way. But I love
No.
the idea of there being a way of earning. I love the idea that you can create something. To me, it's like automation. The idea of like building something that does something for you. If you apply that to business, if you can somehow build a business robot that does the stuff for you, and you can sell that service or rent that service or sell whatever it is that it's making, then it's making stuff for you that's just as good as the stuff you would make yourself, but it's being done for you. So you can go off to, you go and bake yourself on a beach in Bahamas or something while it's earning money for you. I think that I like that because I like the efficiency of the robotics element. You know what I mean? The program, the
Right.
programmatic kind of take on it. And you can see why it works so well with the internet. Because if you could build a website that somehow, sells wolf pup videos on how to master Fortnite or sell small discs of plastic and animals, then that would be that'd be kind of a cool thing, wouldn't it? I don't even know what an NFT is.
It would.
McSheps. I know what McSheps is though. Welcome McSheps, everybody. We got a new first-time chatter by the sound of it. McSheps, welcome.
Hello.
So if I've got this right, the basic premise of an NFT is that it is a digital scarcity. It's basically there is only one of these things because it is digitally signed and digitally proven. The ownership is digitally proven by the blockchain, which is just basically an online ledger that is shared by everyone. And the idea is you no longer need banks to confirm or legal firms or whatever to confirm the identity of or the ownership of things because it's all done in this thing. So in this blockchain in this online ledger basically. And so the NFT is just a way of in the case of art is just proving that you are the owner of that art. And while that's very difficult, I find, for older people like myself to understand, when it comes to buying in-game assets, Wolf Pup, how many things have you bought for Fortnite?
Actually,
Nothing?
I've bought some, but not much.
But like, give me a rough idea of what you've spent on skins and stuff for Fortnite.
I'm going to say like $50.
4,000. Oh, okay.
So $50, and what did you get for that $50?
Just skins and stuff like that.
And why? I know I'm asking a question that I know the answer to, but I'd like to hear your take on it. Is like, and why did you want to buy those skins?
Because I like the look of them and I like the game.
Yeah, so it's kind of a bit of a flex, right? It's like I want that to be as part of your.
It was mainly just I like the game. I like the skin. I'm gonna get the skin.
Yeah. So there you go. So Wolf Pup has not bought. This is not an NFT because naturally there are many of these skins available. But the idea of imagine if Wolf Pup had bought the only version of that skin and had something that proved that that's who he was, that he was the one who owned it. So that's a terrible description. I apologize, but that's roughly the idea. It's basically it's a way of digitally tagging something as original. Oh my God! Watcher 652. Thank you.
Technology when we were young. Remember when you would like lick an ice cream cone to like make sure it was yours, and nobody else would get it?
Yeah.
I believe that was the DNA NFT back in the day.
That's actually interesting.
Where,
yes.
You would just lick what you wanted. Maybe wipe a booger on something if it was really important.
But basically, what you're doing is you're tagging it as your own. It's
exactly.
It's like everyone has the same notebook at school, but you draw a little rat on it, and yours is now no longer like all the other ones. So.
I now have a rat on my I now have a rat on my notebook, so now my notebook is better than yours because I have a picture of a rat on it.
Exactly.
Mm.
So Krusty 3D was saying that it's like, so if he gets virtual blood on the skin in a championship game, making it collectible, that would make it an NFT. Because that would have digital blood from a one of a kind game, making it a one of a kind skin. You know, I love the idea of them simply because I love the idea that, like in Roblox, if you can go in and build your own things and sell them online, why wouldn't you not be able to do that? I don't understand why every game doesn't allow you to configure your own skins. The reason why they don't is because they want the money, right? They don't want you making your own skins for a game. They want to sell you those skins. And I say, screw that. I want my own skins. I want to be able to make my own stuff.
Right.
I had a friend that licking the ice cream did not keep from taking it. No.
Right. You always got that's the ultimate checkmate. Yeah. Checkmate. I don't care. 5-second rule, hell.
Yeah.
3-minute rule.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not. It's like I had some friends who were like, I don't care if you licked it, and then they would just eat it anyways.
Yeah.
All right, what else? There's got to be some other. I'm gonna go to the chat here. How do other people make money? Is anyone else doing this in a way that they don't have? Is anyone in a business? Is anyone doing a business that they don't have to? That basically it happens without them. Be curious. Oh, I got.
Without you.
I went and paused it. You know what I mean? Because that's the holy grail. Apparently, it's like how do you? I mean, I suppose real estate's a perfect example. Like if you buy a house and you rent it out.
I mean, isn't this what all rich people do? Like when they call it, what's that? Oh, God, the tax. Like, okay, oh man, okay, like the money you make off your stocks that just keeps accumulating.
Compound interest? Compounded interest?
Perillo would know.
Is that where did that?
Capital gains. It's like everybody.
What is that cricket noise from?
Nothing. Oh, okay, it's my sister's phone.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought someone was making a comment on this being incredibly boring.
No.
I thought it was like Wolf Pup going like, "Oh my God, crickets."
Yeah, as soon as you can get stocks and donks and things like that, that's the ultimate. Just sit there and your money makes money,
But again, in order for it to do that, it's got to be a lot of money, right? It's got to be a lot of money for it to have any considerable. Otherwise, you're waiting until you're like 50.
And it's too late.
And then it's too late because you're not going to have any fun at 50. But I just, his point was like, well, at that point you buy stuff and you just do the compounded interest. Like basically, if you go and you can buy, if you've got $10 million, you put it into something that pays. It could pay like, I don't know what, 8% interest. If you can get 8% interest on $10 million, you basically just live off the interest, right?
Right.
My gaming PC mines when it's idle, and it will pay for the machine after 2 years. Oh, there you go. So Untitled Tech. That's not. I mean, it's a little slower than I'd like, but that's a good example. Okay. What do you pay in electricity? Have you included electricity and all that kind of stuff in the mix? Write a hit song. Get your nickel every time someone plays it, performs it. Well, that's okay. Krusty 3D. That's actually a really good suggestion because one of the guys who I follow on YouTube, what are they called? Wolf Pup. I think I've recommended them before. The guy who does music.
No, there's
I'll have to find him.
He's got blonde hair.
Blonde hair, yeah. And he does this. So he started off and he was like a YouTuber. And he had like a music channel. And he said it failed. And then he started doing all of these videos about how to succeed on YouTube. Like one of those, like, you can do it. Actually, I thought really good practical advice on this stuff. Again, as part of what's his name? Is it Harris
Heller?
Oh, it's a great name. Is that really his name?
Yeah, I guess.
Stream Beats. That's cool. It, Chris. That's it. See, Chris knows. Right. I thought that was genius. So what he did, Wolf Pup, was he's a musician. He can't earn a living because musicians, it's hard earning a living as a musician. So he starts writing music that he can
paying people too. Yeah.
And paying people. That's right. That's right. At a certain point, he started investing in other people as well. But he got this huge library of all of these songs, which he just allows people to use copyright free. So how does he make money off that? Well, he puts them on Spotify. Spotify have monthly subscribers, and every time they play those songs, you get a portion of that monthly subscription. And he started making, well, whether it's true or not, certainly in his videos, it seemed like he was doing a really good job with that. And I just keep thinking, if you start doing that at 16, imagine how freaking rich you would be by the time you were like 30 or even 20. I mean, like, you could 4 years of that kind of stuff. I just think it'd be really cool.
It would be. I'm with Wolf Pup on the. It sure helps if you have upfront money.
Alpha Gaming. That's right, James. Alpha Gaming. Yeah. Feel better, buddy. By the way, James just got his booster shot, so he's feeling like crap.
Oh, James.
Yeah.
Which arm?
What's up?
Yeah. What was what booster? Let me guess. Can I guess? I'm guessing he went with Moderna. Because that's what he recommended I get, and we couldn't get it here.
It's the good one. It's the good one.
You can't get anything here right now. It is so busy.
Really?
They've like freaked out, right? Because our numbers are like doubling every day or something. It's like gone crazy here.
Ooh, this Omicron's going nuts.
Invisible Dimensions. The Omicron. Welcome to the Omicron. What is it? Omicron? To the Omicron.
I don't know what it's called.
But doesn't it sound like a place where you'd fight to the death?
It sounds like Transformers should be fighting over it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome to Omicron. All right, we must protect Omicron. Okay. Invisible Dimension says, I am an artist, so when I sell a print, it is very minimal work, but still have to pay to print the artwork. Oh, that's smart. Yeah. So instead of selling the original artwork, you could sell the original artwork and a limited series of prints, or just a print of your work. People buy it for $5 or whatever, instead of buying the original thing for $5,000 or whatever it is.
If anybody has any ideas on that, I've got 150 paintings, well, sets of 4, and I actually went to the trouble to this is when I taught.
Why don't you NFT them?
Well, what would that entail? Like, what would make it NFT?
Well,
because
I think
they exist. They are physical and real.
Yeah, so you could even send it to people as well. Like you could send the artwork as a limited series of artwork, but you could also sell the NFT as well, so they've got a digital representation of it as well. I honestly
can you physically print an NFT number, or would that be too arduous?
I don't know. It's a good question. I would think so. There's got to be some way of tagging there must be some public key that you could have for it. But the advantage of that is that then no one can take a photocopy of your photocopy. How old am I? No one could do a digital copy of your artwork and try to pass it off as a Gimpy G original, because you'd have the special NFT attached to it.
They've been backed and everything, They're on high grade paper, and then they've been backed, so they're I don't know, a quarter of an inch thick, So I just can't think of how I would print on an NFT onto them.
Well, you don't need to. You literally don't need to. You can if you want to, but the fact of the matter is the NFT is a standalone entity that says that painting belongs to them, basically, right?
So it would just be a certificate that came with it?
It's basically like a certificate. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Or you could do something fancy and or look, the other thing is you don't have to sell the original painting. You can keep the original painting and sell the NFT for the painting, if that makes sense.
Well, I see. I could see that.
I don't know enough about it, and I want to do it for the TechBandits coins, right? I want these. I would very much like to be able to print something on the back of the coin, like in that section right there, that just says this is one of the first 200 coins that came out, and thank you very much, and if it's worth something later, great. And you could even have you could even have little contracts in it, so that if someone sells it later, you get a portion of the sales, or the TechBandits would get a portion of the sales.
How do we know which coin is associated with what NFT?
Well, because
that's what I'm saying. What?
Right. So I think you could do anything you want. You could write a number on it. I could write Gimpy G on it, and then and my NFT would say, this is an NFT that proves that the coin that says Gimpy G on it belongs to Gimpy G, and there's only one of them, and there's never that's basically what you're doing with it.
So each print would have to have some mark on it that makes it unique to the others, and then that has a NFT associated. Okay.
And that's tying with something in the physical world, which not everybody is doing. You don't need to have it tied to in the physical world. And again, everyone sort of throws up their hands and starts try to burn me on the stake for being an NFT, which
No,
I like the
no,
idea
no.
of it as a fundraising, as a fun fundraising thing. I think it's freaking brilliant. And I think as artists, it's also brilliant because, maybe you don't want the painting. Maybe you don't have walls to put the paintings on. Maybe you just want to have the bragging rights, like they have those really cool. I mean, they're not for me because I don't really give a crap about sports. But you can buy sports clips from the NBA or whatever as NFTs. So you own a clip of whatever, of somebody making a basket, somebody famous putting a basket in the hockey net or whatever they do. And then you get you own the bragging rights to saying like I have like a trading card. It's like basically like a trading card. It's like saying I've got that, I own that card.
Yeah, but if it's a trading card, then everybody else can get the same card.
But that's the thing is anyone can take a picture of a card and duplicate it, but your NFT proves that you are the one with the original and only version of it. Does that make sense?
Authentic fake thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So people can it's like the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Like the Mona Lisa, you can take photos of it.
Isn't it pronounced the Mona Lisa?
Or Mona Lisa. Okay. Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is a very, very famous painting. There's a million postcards of it. It's in books. It's on T-shirts. It's all over the place. But everyone knows that the real one, unless you believe many different conspiracy theories, is actually in a gallery is it in France? Yeah, it is. It's in the Louvre, I think, isn't it? I think it's in the Louvre. Anyways, point being is that everyone knows that it is owned by a gallery, that original painting. It is the Louvre. I thought so. The Louvre. Yeah. Or it's in the Raging Pixels wine cellar. That's the funny thing is like, there's all sorts of stories and conspiracy theories that basically maybe that's actually a duplicate. It's actually like
Isn't it pronounced the Louvre?
Oh, it might be. You know me, I'm an actor. Unless someone writes the lines for me, I'm not going to get them right. Yes, the Louvre. Louvre. Are you doing French? Do you speak French, Wolfpup?
Not well.
Un
I
peu
don't
de
know how to say an entire sentence in French.
You don't?
No, we've had this is the 1 year we've had a decent teacher, but I haven't learned anything really.
Oh man.
The thing I love about French is first off it sounds cool, and secondly it's like you get to speak a whole other. It means all of a sudden there's a whole other group of people that you can it's like a whole other group of people you can now communicate with that you couldn't communicate with before, right? You know what I mean?
Oh yes, exactly. Sure, people that like wine, but whatever.
People who like wine. People who like wine and baguettes. Je parle français comme une vache espagnole. You speak French like a Spanish cow. Very good, Captain Calvicat. That's very good. French is a really hard language from what I've heard. Really, McSheps? I don't think French is that hard. It's a romantic language. The hardest ones are the ones. English is the hardest for
English. Yeah.
French is really hard. It's not your birth one, it's because you have to learn what does this word mean? What does it's not like English where the is always the. It doesn't change meaning. In French, it can be the changes to mean it.
I see. You're saying like les and las. It's got French. It's got feminines and masculines and. Look, any language is going to seem tough when you don't speak it. It's like anything. Once you know it, it seems really easy. I mean, of course.
Yeah, but I haven't
really
for a couple of years. I haven't had a good French teacher. I had one good French teacher where I actually learned stuff, but that was the year when code was I exist now. So I no longer had that teacher. So now.
Duolingo. That's a good point, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Have you used Duolingo, Wolfpup? If you want to ace your French, do Duolingo. It's so easy. Because it tests you.
I don't really like getting emails every day.
You don't like doing Duolingo every day?
No, because in my brain, school has made me not want to do it when it's not school.
Right.
Isn't that weird?
I know.
When you get old, you want to learn. Yeah. And when you're a kid, you're like, screw it.
I know.
My brain's a sponge, and I don't want to know nothing.
No. I found Duolingo great. I did a little bit of Spanish with that and don't remember any of it now. But my wife was doing French, and that was kind of fun because we actually got to talk French once in a while and almost understand each other. Mais oui.
Sexy.
Mais oui. Ah, je suis votre rôti de bœuf.
Je t'aime.
I am your roast beef. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Wait, is that what you actually
I
said?
think I might have just said that. It's possible. Je suis
Wait,
votre rôti de bœuf. I think
what
that's
does this mean? Que occupe la fromage?
Something
with
your
cheese.
cheese. Coupe.
Who cut the cheese?
Who cut the cheese? Coupe la fromage. Ah, right. No, you are our Putin pecs. It's true. Fromage is cheese. Thank you. Captain Catherine's caught up with us. That's great. We're so French.
I only know that cheese is fromage is because it shows because people like sometimes say fromage instead of actual cheese.
Oh, let's take a moment to consider that Cal hates it when people don't speak English. Mais oui, ça c'est très
Oh,
vrai,
dang.
Jonathan MLH. C'est vrai. Cal, je déteste quand je parle dans une langue non anglais. Okay, I lost a little bit of steam there at the end.
Well, that's the thing.
Raging
kids
Pixel's
still
like,
do
why are we
that,
talking
right?
French instead of talking about business ideas? Well, you got Raging Pixel. You got a business idea? What do you got? Bring it up. Come on, we got to
Yeah.
My title says TechBandits Millionaires. We got to get Wolf Pup, the only person who showed up tonight. We got to at least get Wolf Pup to become a millionaire by the end of this. What do we got?
I'll be fine if
Wolf
I be.
Pup's gonna be a millionaire.
I think Wolf Pup will be a millionaire. You know who else I think is going to be a millionaire?
I don't think I'm going to be a millionaire when
I
I grow
think.
up.
But here's the thing: is a million means you're freaking living in the what is it called? I was gonna say the outback. That's not right, is it? The suburbs.
Slums?
You basically got a house in the
suburbs.
suburbs if you're a millionaire. If you want to be a millionaire like on the movies, you got to have like 5 or 10 million. That's the only way to really live it up. I think 10 million, you could probably have the money working for you the entire time.
The technical term is bazillionaire.
Bazillion. But I wouldn't want to be a bazillionaire. I just want enough not to worry about money. I want to buy could you imagine being rich enough?
Okay, I just want to say, why wouldn't you want to be a bazillionaire? Then you have money.
You couldn't go anywhere. Like people would try to kidnap you for money. They'd always be asking you for money. They'd be like, it just would be too much of a. It's too much of a burden. I just want enough to be able to go where I want, when I want, buy what I want when I want. Is that so much to ask?
You know, that's where people don't think. Like I've thought of that myself too. Like for you would say, I want to be able to go to Ireland and go up to castles or whatever, right? And for me to do that, I would have to have like a whole retinue of servants that like could carry me up and down the stairs and all that. So I think I'm gonna have to be a bazillionaire if I want to.
You're gonna have to be pretty rich for that. It's true. You have to get some serious money. But so there you go. But so okay. So all right. So we don't make TechBandits a millionaire. But how do we make Gimpy G a billionaire? That's the next question.
Yeah.
I mean, not make it, but how do we provide the fodder for this kind of stuff? I mean, you could probably make a lot of money selling Pop Rocks again, to be honest, at this point. But
Oh, true. It wouldn't be that. Yeah.
I mean, buy them. Well,
still.
That's what people do with Alibaba, right? They buy bunches of stuff that won't be delivered for 3 months from Alibaba, and then they sell it on Amazon for 15 times as much, and I spend the money on it because I want it tomorrow instead of in 6 months' time, right? Like I bought.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I got these replacement antennas for the wheelchair because I might have burned mine out a little bit.
Why your wheelchair got antennas?
My random question.
Oh, it's antennas so that I can control it with an RC unit.
I just want to say this is my random question of the day. If you like accidentally get a song stuck in your head while you're streaming on Twitch and you like start humming it, can you get copyright strikes?
That's a good question. I know you can't in movies and stuff. You can't do that. If I started singing like a Taylor Swift song in a movie while I was and they used it in the film, they'd have to get the rights for it, even though I would be singing it so badly that no one would recognize it. But I don't know how it works with the copyright thing. I'm guessing if they're using algorithms, it's possible.
But if it's just like a slight little.
Captain Catherine says they would buy Rodney crypto. I think we may be onto something, Gimpy G. That's what we need to do. We need to do Rodney McKay crypto. which would be just the most
Do you own any of
blatant
that
cash grab.
character?
It would just be the most.
Like-
No, I don't know. No, I don't. Actually, that's an interesting thing. That's one of the biggest problems. That's one of the biggest reasons why there isn't more Stargate, is because so many people own so many different parts of that franchise, between writers and producers and directors and studios. Not directors, but writers and producers and studios and stuff all have different, contracts. So, but no, I have
Can
no.
you sign like Love Rodney McKay?
Technically, I couldn't.
Oh my God!
I mean, I do all the time, but
No,
I,
no, no.
but technically,
Yeah.
I can, technically, well, I buy licensed photos from MGM. I have to buy licensed photos of myself from MGM.
Of yourself.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Eh, eh.
In character, if I just sell you a photo of myself, I'm not doing that's. I can't. I don't. I feel so weird about the whole convention thing right now. I can't. I can't even deal with it. Network Chuck did a video on it recently. What was that? There is a coin that lets you mint your own sub coin. Oh yes, no, Grandwig. There's some interesting stuff there. Wait a second. There's a couple of. Well, I just see some new first chatters here. Wait a second. Another first chatter. Alex Rude says, "What's the downside of eating a clock?"
It's very time consuming.
Ooh, I bet that's good though. Consuming, as in eating, time. That's good. That's good. Well, welcome, Alex Rude. Bad dad jokes are always welcome here. And what
Mainly
else we
because
got?
that's a thing. That's a topic that we hear a lot.
It's true. It is very true. And then we got another one. Magma Gazer. Oh, there's nothing cooler than looking into a volcano. It's true. That's crazy. Apparently that's crazy. Whatever it was, that's crazy. But welcome, both of you, both new people. McCoins. It's not bad. Rodney McCrypto. Let me see what else you got. You have to buy. You have to buy that. Yeah, I have to buy my own photos. Isn't that weird? Another first-time chatter. Where's everyone coming from? Hello, Stephen Poole, 68. Is that a year of birth? Because that's the same as mine. Welcome. Someone else. Mission McLeod or Meekin. McLeod.
Man, we're pulling.
I know. Look at that. Wolf Pup was quick with that one. It's true. Yeah, it's true. Wolf Pup's pretty damn quick. There's a minimum of number of photos you have to buy. Yeah, you buy like a huge stack of them. It's just ridiculous. Some places I go to say that they're going to supply the photos, and I always wonder if maybe they're not perhaps doing licensed photos of all of them, but we'll see.
Oh.
Crypto McKay, it's so true. Good Lord, I was up a little early today. All right.
You're working so much now, you don't even have to do the secondaries market.
Well, that's the funny thing is that it's like and like when I'm acting, I get paid ridiculously well. It's fantastic. But I keep thinking I'm getting paid really well because I don't work the rest of the time, right? I mean, this year I've been very lucky. I've worked a lot, so this is a good year. But there are some years where you just do a little thing here, a little thing there, or it's not, or they're little projects that don't have a lot of money, so you just want to do them. But I don't know what it is. It's like an ownership thing. Maybe it's just me. I just it's not even the money. I just love the idea of some kind of an autonomous system that is making money in the background, that I've invested in somehow, that I've built something that creates something. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
Like I see it almost like a science puzzle, less than a money-making thing. I just and of course, poor Jane rolls her eyes every time I start talking about this stuff. But, happy holidays to you, Faye Cafe. That's fun to say. Faye Cafe. Is anyone else doing stuff? Is anyone else doing any of these kind of fun things? Like, is anyone doing like a businessy thing that's been working for them? I've been watching the replays on YouTube for a while. Oh, fantastic! I didn't think anyone did that. I just put them up there so I don't lose them. First time catching it live. Nice podcast with Padre. Isn't Padre the best? Oh, I love that guy. Yes, Rodney McKay's IP protected. Absolutely, Raging Pixel. Yeah, absolutely. D&D next week. I'm on vacation, so I've got loads of time. Oh, fantastic, James. That'd be amazing. Okay, so next week we'll do a D&D. We got to pick a day that we're not. Oh crap! When do I work? I work Monday.
I'm fine any day because it's the winter break.
It is. I know. Baz just broke today, and I just broke.
And he broke his ankle. What?
D&D stream. That's right. I hope he hasn't broken his ankle, because if so, I've told him to stop making a fuss and put some ice on it.
Oh
Actually,
God,
to be honest, he's not
that's
making.
terrible.
If you broke his ankle, then that would seem bad on you, saying, hey, just suck it up.
I know. Suck it up, kid. It's just a bruise forming all up your leg. It's not actually. I said to him, I said, look, do you think it's bad enough to go to the hospital? And he's like, no. So I thought, chances are he'd let me know if it was that bad, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Wait a sec. Snot Bubbles is designing stickers, but using my arms is getting worse and hurts too much. Oh, no. But if you're designing stickers, you should be selling the design, not the stickers, if that makes sense. Or you should be, like, once you've designed it, then I guess once you've designed it, then then the stickers can just sell themselves, I suppose.
Well, since we're here and we're talking about young entrepreneurship, my niece and nephew make pins and like little doodads, like they put stuff in acrylic, like their artwork, they'll put acrylic around it, and it's gaming oriented, and it's called Two Koi Koi.
Two Koi Koi? Really? On
Yeah.
Etsy? Let me get a link. I gotta get a link for him. Let's see. There we go. That was very subtle too. You're just the king of subtlety today, aren't you?
Well, I just thought about it. It's like, because I was trying to come up with ideas.
I know.
Floundering.
I'm totally floundering. It's like I was surprised. I thought there were going to be more tech bandits, and they were all going to have ideas that related to crypto. But of course,
right.
I may bring this up again later. Frankly, I just want to steal their ideas and become rich. Okay, what are they called? Two Koi? Is it like the word two or just a two?
Is it like? I think it's numeral 2, or no, it's like TWO and then COYKOI. Is that right, Trent? Oh, Twin Koi Koi.
Oh, Twin Koi Koi. You're the worst marketer ever. You know what you should not go into? Marketing. Twin Koi Koi. Got it. Oh. Like with koi. No, I'm seeing koi. Oh, I've just
They've
seen.
got koi fish as their like opening thing, but Trenton, like he's a graphic artist by.
Right. No, I'm seeing koi, but I'm not seeing koi koi. I'm not seeing the company. You know why? Because I probably put in the wrong search. Is there a way to search for people as opposed to things?
I don't know.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
See what I mean? Like I'm getting koi pictures. Twin koi.
Okay, you need to search up the actual like name of the company.
Storefront.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. That's what I need. All right, let me do this.
You're searching up products, not the...
That's the problem. Oops, shoot. I've just switched windows again. God, I suck at
and then they do the same thing, and I'm trying to be David Hewlett to them and tell them, okay, you can't just sit there and hope it sells. You got to go to those different like gaming areas and become a community and
well, maybe we can sell some today. What do we got? Twin Koi. What was it again? Twin Koi.
Koi. Like,
like two kois? Both kois?
Well, koi as in shy or demure.
Is that the first one? The first koi is koi, and then the second one is like koi the fish?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Twin Koi Koi on Etsy. I've got it.
There you go.
In spite of... Oh, yeah. Oh, you've got like Pokemon game necklaces and... Hey, well, let me pull up the window. Let me go see if I got it.
Yeah.
No, I think I can share this window. Wait a second. Let's see if I can do that. Window capture? I think that's what it was. No, browser source. No, window capture. Let's try that. Nope, not that. I want to go with there. Okay, got it. Oh, why can't I see it?
You have my stick, sister.
There you go. All right, here we go. I'm going to go Alt. I'm going to do this. I'm going to just scroll this over like this. All right, check it out. I'm going to scroll through these now. Let's see what they've got. Ooh, Celeste keychain, suit sprites, Minnie Mouse keychains, cartoon bell. Oh, cartoon bells. Glow. Oh, what's the glow crystal? What's that?
I don't know.
Sounds kind of cool. Oh, these are great. These are fun. How's that for copyright? How do they do Mickey Mouse?
See, I think they just don't get in trouble because they're so little.
Oh, I see. So
because my nephew did get a cease and desist on Snapchat, no, Instagram.
Oh, really?
Something like that.
Yeah, I can see they're probably like freaking out about that kind of stuff, aren't they? He's got to get his own stuff up there. That's right.
Yeah. Well,
Starstones, tree pendant. That's cool. All right. Well, there you go, folks. Twin Koi Koi. Check them out.
Boom.
I'm gonna put them in the. I'll put them in the chat as well, just so they've got it.
Ooh,
So there you go. There's people doing business. There's folks doing business. Let me go there, do that.
That's how you do it, David. I just thought of it.
What?
Okay, you start a business as a child,
Yeah.
and you have your parents and relatives do all the work.
Well, that's yeah. I'm sure Baz would love that.
You're making money while you're not even doing anything.
Make a film
Kinda
in
like a
large
project.
format, crop and edit it, and then use the frames. Tech banditry the film. Then use all the frames. Nope, don't quit. You mean like I know that people have split films up and sold frames of them. I know they've done that before.
Oh, they used to sell
the actual. You could buy individual frames, and I know that like Quentin Tarantino is selling the script of Pulp Fiction, and selling pages off as NFTs, I believe. Watchers just got it. See, a shy fish, the koi koi. I like it. It's also a great name for. They should have like their own koi koi T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't they have that? They should sell logos. Like I would buy stuff with just the logo on it. Although
Okay.
it's hard to find good. Like okay, so my T-shirts, like all of the different T-shirts that I've had made,
right?
they all start. They're all like they all fade. They all sort of like start scratching off and stuff. So I still haven't found
Do
a
your
good.
pecs start to just burst
My
through the
pecs, it's
fabric?
probably what it is. I think it's my Putin pecs
Yep.
are actually wearing them off.
Yep.
I think is the issue. Yeah.
Yep. Right through.
Can we still buy Tech Bandits T-shirts? As if on cue. Yes, you can.
Really?
You can apparently.
With the
Yes.
new logo?
Well,
No.
I think I ended up using Streamlabs for the sales though, which I feel weird about now because I'm not sure I want to support Streamlabs anymore. But their merchandise was so much better. Like their hats, I'm telling you, the coolest one honestly is the hats because the hats have it. It's actually like what's it called? It's embroidered on the hat, so that's not.
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Yeah.
No,
Do I have one of those somewhere? I have one somewhere. No, I can't. No.
I don't.
Now I feel like I'm like a online shopping channel now.
Yeah. QVC, but for like knickknacks and shit.
I was using I was using a place called Spreadshirt, which I really liked, but I found it very complicated. There was a lot of you had to have like a European shop and a US shop and they provided a lot of stuff, but I just found that it was all just basically stuff stuck on t-shirts. Right? It didn't really do it didn't I wasn't a while the t-shirts were very comfortable, I didn't find the build that great. So I tried Spreadshirt and was fairly impressed with that stuff. But then even the Spreadshirt stuff seems to be coming off. Like maybe I'm just really tough on t-shirts. I don't know. You know, maybe I wear it way too much. Let's see, it's my radioactive pecs, my blue radioactive pecs. Just in case no one understands what I'm talking about, it's because I had a weird realization I think last week that while I was getting a head cast done, and while I was getting it done, of course you can't have a shirt on, and I posted a picture of myself online, which I should have probably warned people that they were about to see, the pecs of steel, and so they took a shot of me, and I for some reason the pecs reminded me of something that I saw. My man boobs reminded me of something, and it was suddenly then on the stream that I realized that it was Putin. It was Putin on a horse that reminded me of my own pecs. There you go.
Yep. True.
Coffee time. You think I need coffee time now? You think I'm going to start yawning and going to need coffee? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I was talking to another friend of mine about another podcast that this guy wants to do. He wants to watch old movies, like old schlocky old horror and stuff, and then just talk about them, talk about how they're made, talk about how movies are made and all that kind of stuff. And he wanted to do a Patreon, and I was like, I said, I just don't feel like I can. I feel like I already neglect my Patreon too much already. I don't want to start another one for another podcast. I feel like I really want to sort of step up my game with the ones that we have here already, frankly. David, how do you feel about smart home assistant with your face and voice? I know we can't name it Rodney or anything, but imagine the idea in general. You could call it Rodney. You just couldn't call it Dr. Rodney McKay from Stargate. On my many lists of things I'm supposed to be doing is I have a whole bunch of voicemail recordings where I'm basically just doing McKay, as the voicemail for various different patriots and stuff. I, of course, haven't set them off because it's far too complicated for me, it seems right now. Pulp Fiction is kind of brilliant, Pac-Man. It's definitely of its time.
Gimpy G, you might want to turn off your mic because we can hear a call in the background. I don't know if that's important or anything.
Is there personal stuff being shared behind you, Gimpy G?
Yeah, everybody got home from work, so I probably will have to leave. But
it's Mom's home. I gotta. Yeah, it's the end of the play date. No, look, I don't mind the noise. I just don't want anyone giving anything away that they don't want, broadcast to the world. That's all. A serious mystery science? Oh, it would never be serious, Watcher. I'm involved. Also, you know what I'm really excited about? The Salty Nerds. In fact, Gimpy G, you should probably join us. I should ask if they're okay with that.
I want to really bad, dude.
Have you ever watched Death Note?
Yes.
I have not.
You have?
The anime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we have to watch we've watched the anime, so as I have. I've watched at least season 1. And now you have to watch the terrible movie, the live action movie.
Okay.
And basically they're going to rip to shreds the terrible live action movie. And they wondered if I wanted to join them in that. And I thought, well, why not? Why not spread some joy?
Heck yeah.
If you need help with voicemails, I can still help. Could you do my voice for me, James? That's what I need. I need someone to record my voice for each single one. You know what I need, James? And Gimpy for that matter, and Wolfpup for that matter, is I need a way of somehow, I need to come up with a good system for how I can easily record voicemails for new Patreon members and for old Patreon members, or for whatever, or donations or whatever, because I thought that would be a good way to raise, Tech Bandits money, would be like to hawk myself off to people. Maybe we should have NFTs for those voicemails. I haven't even done the voicemail, so I'm not sure the NFT thing's going to work. But just the idea that I need some kind of a system for doing it. What the best way of, I wonder if there was a way of automating I don't know if you could do that. If you can automate in Premiere Pro, if you can actually have some things being done automatically. Could you record a series of people's voices and tie them in with other clips that already exist in an automatic way, as opposed to me having to do it manually? Because as soon as I get into the manual stuff, I end up fiddling, shall we say. I end up going, it doesn't sound right. I want to do this. I want to match this. I become a perfectionist. I thought you had a bunch of names already recorded. I would do some Python stuff to splice it in automatically, and then a quick look. Yeah, that's the problem, though, James, is what I discovered was to match the name to the voice, it just sounds... I know it should sound cheesy in a way because it is cheesy, but I almost got to the point where I was like, I think I might just record it for everybody. Do one for everybody. Am I so important that I don't have the time to do that? I wondered if maybe I should just record it for people, have a little script that I know what it is, that I could sort of rattle off with their name, because otherwise it just sounds like, hi, you've reached Bob Franken, and then, and I'm Rodney McKay. And it just sounds so disjointed. So that's my issue with it. So,
I see what you're saying. So you want to cut out the redundancy. But
yeah.
If you're not redundant, it doesn't sound correct.
Exactly. So I recorded everyone's name. So I think it was at the time, I think it was 50 or 60 names. I recorded all of the names, and I had 3 different options for the template for what the voicemail would be. And I wondered if there was a way, and I remember James was talking about a way of perhaps getting a program like Python to sort of just stitch them all together. The problem is, in order to stitch them together, you have to get, because every name is different, so you need to edit them down to exactly the right place. How they fit into the actual, voicemail themselves is also, problematic with it. It almost feels like it has to be done each individually anyways. And I thought if they all have to be done individually, I might as well just record them. What did I have? I had a bunch of, did I do some? I think I even had I jotted down some ideas of what I was going to do with them. Let me see if I can find them. What is that thing called? What is that thing called where I put the things that I have, that I've got, that I need when I need them?
A file?
Google Drive.
Ah,
All right, so let's go look at here. If I'm really good, I've actually put it under the name. There you go. I did. Look at that. OMG. I actually put it where I thought I did, and I found it. Whoa. Oh, except it's in like some weird HTML format. What the hell did I do? What the hell did I do? Open with, I don't know. Let's connect more apps. Let's go. Why don't we open it with Chrome and see if that works? Nope, maybe not. What the hell? That's so weird. Why is it saved as an HTML file? Isn't that just bizarre? What if I download it?
it feels bizarre to me.
Doesn't that feel weird? Like, I don't know why it would save as an HTML file. But I'm going to open this HTML file now. There you go. Oh. Oh, I see. These are all the notes from everybody and all their names. I see. That's why it's HTML. So I've cut and pasted everyone's names. Bob, Bailey, Vaughn, Stealthy Druid, Jaspin Meyer, the Tech Bandits, that's me. Maverick Werewolf, James, all these names, like, how do you, like, you can't, like, Maverick Werewolf is not going to clip in the same way that, Stealthy Druid or Vaughn or Bailey or anybody's going to fit in, right? Or Kat or Kendra or Atomic or Cheryl or Sean or Courtney. And then also I didn't know how to pronounce people's names either. But then I asked everyone to write down what they want them to be called. So like Pac Mom was like, if you could do Tammy, because Pac Mom is a Tammy. Am I allowed to say that? Did I just give somebody away? I didn't just dox Pac Mom, did I? So I have this whole list of names. And what was the dialogue that I was going to use though? Come on. See if I've actually got the answering. No. I had a bunch. They're probably on Patreon, actually, now I think about it. Patreon probably has all the info. Haven't touched that one yet. Was it Ghost in the Shell? Oh, yeah, Ghost in the Shell's so good. I freaking loved it. Loved it. Not the feature film. I mean, I like the animated one, not that crap that they put out with Scarlett Johansson. I'm not a big fan of Hollywood's remake of any of those things, to be honest.
I think they're anime for a reason. They can do so much with it that they just can't do with real people.
Yeah. It just works so much better. Let me see if I've also got to do some more. Oh my God, I've still got to watch some more Stargates, for God's sake. So many things. See if I can find that. There we go. See if I've got the thing. Oh, here you go. Is this it? Is this the one? Let me view this one. See if I've got it. What did I come up with? Oh, here you go. I actually have them. I actually recorded some. Oh yeah, that was the problem, is it didn't match the recording. So I don't know, I wonder if it'll play this for you. Will you hear this if I play it? See if you can hear this when I play it. Like Da Vinci, Newton, Maxwell.
I'm not catching anything.
It's Stargates Dr. Rodney McKay here for my Tech Bandits kind supporter, Patreon. Yeah, it sounds really disjointed. It's like, hi there, Stargate's brilliant Dr. Rodney McKay here, answering the phone for my friend, whoever. But of course, it sounds like answering the phone for my friend, Stealthy Watcher. Like it just sounds weird. Anyways, Netflix dropped the ball. Did they? On Cowboy Bebop? Did you watch it, Gippy G?
I didn't. I know it got canceled already, but I really love the cartoon Cowboy Bebop.
That's my problem.
So I was almost afraid to watch this.
I was afraid to watch it. I started watching it. I hate to say it, but I just hated it. I don't know I don't know what it was about it. I mean, I think it's unfair probably to say that because I didn't give it enough chance. But I don't know. I just wish, you know what? If it had just been a new show that they said was like inspired by Cowboy Bebop, I'd be like all over it. I'd be like, that's freaking great. But to try to remake something as iconic as that, and it just looked like a bad ripoff of it. Like it just didn't feel like.
Did they take the angle where they're kind of trying to be campy or goofy?
Well, they were trying to be kind of campy and goofy and not campy, but it's not so much they were being campy, but they were. It just, man. It's too bad because some of it looked beautiful. Some of it looked really cheap. Like, I really think they've got to stop just trying to rip stuff off and say, like, hey, we love Cowboy Bebop, so we made this show. It's kind of like what, that's what what's his face did with Dark Matter. He basically ripped off all these old animes and sci-fi stuff. Not ripped off is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. He was inspired by all these old animes and all that stuff that he loves and reads and all that kind of jazz. And he made his own show about it. That just makes more sense to me than just going like, we're remaking the iconic anime series Cowboy Bebop, which was like a legend unto itself, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
You know, so
it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Now, Dark Matter, was that the one where you were like a mob boss guy?
That was when I was like an agent. I was like an obnoxious agent. Any thoughts on the new Stargate game, Stargate Timekeepers? No, I don't know. Let's have a look. What do we got? Has anyone seen this thing? What's the deal on that? What's it called? Stargate Timekeepers. All right, let's have a look. What is that? It's on Steam? Is it available? Can you play it? Oh. Wait, so let me see if I can share this window, because I think people might want to see this. What is this? Window capture. Why can't I capture the window? Come on. Nope. Discord. Nope. Where is it? Welcome? No, where would it be? Streaming? Where's... Oh, for God's sake. I tell you, I try to love it, but it's very difficult. Have they released it yet? No, it's a planned release. Oh, my God. I'm so sick of planned releases. Friday, December the 17th. Gameplay reveal. Hey, that's today. Have they done it? Did they reveal gameplay? Oh, that looks all right. Let me see if I can share this so people can see what I'm doing. Oh, you can. Can you see what I'm doing? You can. Oh, perfect. Okay, great. Let me just open this up a little bit so you can see what's going on. There you go. There you go. Oh, is the 17th yesterday? No, 17th today. It's my sister's birthday today, by the way.
Oh, why haven't you mentioned that this entire time?
What, that it's my sister's birthday?
Yeah.
Well, because she's my sister. Like, why does anyone care? I don't. Why would anyone else? That's, you know.
It just feels like...
You think I should have mentioned it earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I probably should have. All right, Stargate Timekeepers, Mission to the Resistance. Let's see what this does. What does this do?
It kind of looks like a Baldur's Gate kind of thing.
Or even a little bit of League of Legends happening here.
Oh, maybe.
Am I going to get DMCMOUSE for this?
No, you can't. That's a game.
It's a trailer? Can you guys hear the trailer?
No, I can't.
I just want to say you can't get DMCA'd for a game.
You can't? What is
No,
what's it doing? What's it scanning for?
people.
Oh, you just distracted someone and... Oh, okay. What do you think? Is this Unity or Unreal Engine working here, do you think?
Probably neither.
Really?
It doesn't
Where's
look
the
like
Stargate part?
It's set in Stargate. It's probably not like Stargate.
Well, I guess he's got a staff or something. Some kind of a staff. Are they fighting? They're so far away. Can we get closer?
Yeah. For real, this looks like an asset flip, dude. Bummer.
What does an asset flip mean?
They just go in and... Go ahead.
Take an existing game?
Basically, you can, when you go into Unity or those and they already have things pre-done, you kind of just throw them in there and then you say, that's Rodney McKay. Even though it's like, probably Elf number 5 or something.
We didn't do a lot of hitting people with swords that I remember, but what's that? What happened there? Was that like a Zat shield or something? It's a Commando-style game if you know the Commando games from back in the day. The Stargate part is the music, yeah. Oh, that's true. It is very Stargate-y music. What is that arm? And where's McKay? I'm bored.
Where's my character?
Where's my character? Actually, you know what? They probably can't have the character because, again, they'd have to pay license fees and stuff on that, right?
That's too drag.
I'd kind of prefer a game where I could actually build some of the stuff. Like I don't, or maybe you can. I don't know. Like it just seems.
See, that would be cool. Okay, you could be McKay and like fix junk. Kind of make it like oxygen required or something like that.
Wait a sec. Is this
the
a?
McKay,
This says that it's
Go
a.
ahead.
It has 14 narrative-rich missions. Is this one of them?
I don't see any narrative.
We need to. I don't. Yeah. Where's the narrative part? Well, I mean, I guess this is just showing you gameplay. Is that right? Oh. Oh my God. We just picked up someone with a. What the hell? We just picked someone up with a claw and threw them in the bushes.
This is probably just 2 beats in turn. This is probably just 2 beats in turn. Okay, I can't speak apparently. This
To
is
be
probably
continued?
just to be like this is okay. It's not to be continued. Okay, I to
Would
be
you-
released. Like they haven't made any like full-on missions yet. They're just showing off their gameplay.
I see. So they've created all the assets for it, and they're just showing you how they can interact. I mean, it's a nice, tight-looking little. Ooh.
They've made it.
Oh,
assets and
God, they
everything,
just
but
ran
haven't
somebody over.
full-on made the game.
Wait a sec. So we could run people over? That's kind of cool. They got my interest. Okay, so it says Timekeepers is a tactical game in which you lead a team of specialists through a story-driven campaign. So you're right. They probably haven't done the story yet. Featuring an original narrative set in the Stargate SG-1 universe. Sneak a newly formed team behind enemy lines. Use your character's unique skills. Craft the perfect plan. That's my job. To unravel a time loop mystery and defeat the gold threat. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You
I
weren't in Stargate SG-1, I don't think.
I did a couple episodes.
Yes, you was.
Yeah, a couple episodes. Yeah.
I
Back in
thought
the
you
day.
just came in around the end.
I was in. Yeah, I came in for like a couple episodes and was a jerk. That's about it. Your adventure starts during the Battle of Antarctica, where Commander Eva McCain and her team are supporting the SG-1 against Anubis's fleet. I feel like everything they're doing, everything they're releasing right now, is all sort of like old SG-1 stuff. Oh, do you think it's something to do with contracts being expired and stuff? I wonder if that's the deal. 45 gigabytes of available space? Holy crap.
What the hell?
45 gigabytes.
Oh my God, that's huge.
That
would
is
take me, like,
insane.
4 days.
It's an Intel Core i3 or a Ryzen 5. That's not too bad. 16
wanna
gigabytes of RAM. Oh, that's the recommended. Okay, minimum, forget that. I always just ignore minimum. They want an Intel i3 10100, whatever that is. Ryzen 5 2600X, 16
It's
gigabytes of RAM. Everyone should have that. The GTX 1650. Most people will probably have that, I would think, or an RX
Pretty old
570.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like
DirectX. DirectX. Are we still using DirectX?
I think.
I guess so. 45 gigabytes of available space. Wow. Okay.
That's a lot of space.
That's a lot of game, or a poorly designed game. Yeah, good point, Watcher. Very good point. Look. I don't know them, and I don't want to diss them. And anything that's got Stargate on it, I have great hope for. Creative Forge and Slither. Let's see what else they've done. What else is? Nothing else. Yeah. So they've never done anything before. What about Slytherin? Have they done anything before? Oh my God, they've done tons of stuff.
Before we take off,
Mm.
like, did we get this Lego thing going? Because it said they needed 250 more.
Oh, did we get
supporters.
that? Did they get it?
I don't know. I just saw that you were
Well,
on
that
Twitch or
'Cause
Twitter.
As always, when I see a Stargate person trying to do Stargate stuff that's cool Stargate stuff, as opposed to the terrible merchandising that our fabulous. Are you still seeing this, by the way? Yeah. Okay. Good. All right.
You know what's cool about the Stargate?
Oh, there you go.
Lego?
Putin pecs. I actually pinned them. I pinned my Putin pecs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could add some of those little onesie Legos onto your pecs. That way, realistic.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's me. That's me. I'm flirting with The Great on Hulu. They've got their The Great. This is my favorite show right now. They have a Twitter channel or Twitter whatever, and I'm constantly barraging them with stuff because I'm just such a huge freaking fan. Oh wow, that was Did you guys see that?
No,
The NASA's Parker solar probe going into the
Oh,
sun.
that's so awesome.
Isn't that wild?
It's amazing.
Like that is the stuff
It's
of science
fake.
fiction. It's
Yeah,
fake. That's not fake.
drives right into the
It-
sun.
Just the sound of that, it sounds fake. Like
Oh, I didn't hear. Was there sound?
No, just
No.
Oh, you mean the
Ow.
idea of it? You mean the concept of it
Oh.
sounds fake? I see. I was like, there's sound? That'd be awesome. Can you imagine hearing the sound of like solar plasma hitting the? It's really cool. All right, touch
you
the
can't.
sun.
I'm pretty sure it's impossible to actually go fully into the sun.
Well,
No, you just come back.
I'm assuming it would melt. Yeah, exactly. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is the Captain Mutant and Friends. Here you go. That's this thing here. All right, let's see how they did.
Because
Have they
the
done it?
sun is. I was just about to say the sun is the hottest thing on Earth.
Ha ha! There
It's
you
not
go.
even though. It's
Hey, but did
not.
you know? I don't know how this happens, but apparently that snapping, that crazy snapping prawn, that whatever it's called, that prawn with the big. Have you heard about this? These prawns with these
Yeah.
massive snappers that they can. What's it called? It's a something mantis or something. It's called something.
A mantis shrimp?
That's
No.
it. Yes, the mantis shrimp. That's it. When it snaps its fingers, when it snaps its claw, apparently it'll actually create light in the water. So it's basically
No.
the same heat as the sun.
Their eyeballs are amazing, dude.
Their
Have you
eyeballs
seen-
are amazing.
like,
They're,
yes.
You want proof of aliens? That's it right there. All right, how did we go? Did we get 5,000? Let's see where they're at now. 10,000 supporters.
So you're done.
That's got to be it, isn't it? Did they get it? But how are they going to do it?
Yeah.
Because there's no way. How is Lego going to go ahead and make a Stargate? They'll get sued by MGM again, right?
Oh, but no, what they'll do, I mean, they're a bazillion-dollar company too, so they just go, hey, MGMs, we want to make the Legos. It would be really great if they could re-energize because they're remaking everything, dude. You could be a ghost on Stargate or something cool like that.
No, I could be like a floating head, an AI that just.
Oh,
Yeah. Like
the Rodinator.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. I'd be like C-3PO. I'm afraid that's a terrible idea. Lego sues them right back. Yeah, I'm sure Lego would sue them right back. I don't know why there's a cat. Why is there a cat in the control room? But anyways, that's fine. Well, good luck, whoever you were who did that. Who was it? Captain Mutant. Well done, Captain Mutant. That's a very nice little set. Didn't they? I think Stargate very briefly had some like fake Lego. Instead of Lego, it was like a Lego ripoff. Like one of those like, remember those? What are they called? Like super bricks or something.
Mega blocks or something.
Oh, that's Schrodinger's cat. Of course it is. How silly of me. I was a hologram once. I could be a hologram again. Is that someone's phone? That's a good ring.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. No. I'm just mocking and deriding you. It's no big deal.
No, okay, yeah.
In fact, you know what? I should probably go make dinner now anyway. So, Mega Blocks. I think it was like Mega Blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like licensed fake Lego. Oh my God, that's such a good point. MGM licensed fake Lego. All right, let's see if they've still got them. Mega Blocks.
Yeah, Mega Bloks still exists.
Mega Block Stargate.
Okay,
Oh my God, they did. Oh my, look at this.
Wait.
No. Oh, they're custom
You
Mega
Mr.
Blocks.
Rodney with removable hair?
What? With removable hair? That'd be awesome.
It's the only report that we've seen so far of someone dying or even
Apparently there are some Mega Block Stargate SG-1. There you go. Knockoff SG-1 Lego. Best lock.
Oh.
Best lock. There you
Best
go.
lock.
License
There's
plate.
like 5 tiers down.
That is money well spent, MGM. Well done. The Lego. That's cool.
Wow.
Are those actually the figures, though? Are those? Yeah, those just look like any old action figures that they've stuck. Yeah, Best Lock. Another one. Best Lock. I cannot believe that MGM would license something called Best Lock Mega. Oh my God.
Did you ever work with the guy that played
Teal? Oh yeah, Chris Judge. Love Chris Judge. Chris Judge was in my movie. I put Chris Judge in Dog's Breakfast, and I was so terrified of him. And well, terrified is the wrong word. I was so I don't know what's the term, intimidated by him. But then he did the read through, and he was like one of the funniest things at the read through. And so I actually ended up writing like 2 extra scenes for him. And I want him in everything I ever make because I think I just freaking love him. I just got
That's
such a
awesome.
kick out of the idea that he, and I'm glad he did too. I got the kick out of the idea that someone who, as what an incredibly sort of fit, attractive, charming guy as him would play a loser who can't get a date. I just thought that was just the funniest thing in the world. The idea
Does
that
he
Chris Judge couldn't get dates. I just thought that would be funny.
didn't he do the voice in God of War?
He is God of War. Yeah.
Oh my! You know
He's-
what? You should be boy. That would be fantastic.
Hey, look
You could
out!
be the next boy.
I could be.
A dwarf, like a surly dwarf that makes his weapons, or
Well,
something like that.
I feel that Lord of the Rings has really missed out because they could have. I mean, I've already got hairy feet. They wouldn't have to do any effects.
Right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I have already got little hobbit feet. All right, those are my Lego ideas. Where are we going here? Here we go. I cannot believe, what were they called? Mega blocks? No. What were they called? The lamest blocks
Lincoln
on the
block?
planet.
No, I can't remember.
What do we call them? I can't remember. I got to look at the thing again now because I got it.
Something with an L.
Best
I thought.
lock. Best lock.
Oh, best lock.
Yeah, they're better than Lego. They're the best lock. I'd be impressed if you locked them together and they stayed locked together. Then they'd be the best lock. I'd buy that, but you know. There's nothing worse than bad Lego ripoff, I've got to say. Nothing worse than that. David needs to get into voice acting. He already done a cartoon. I did a cartoon, it's true. Yeah.
Wait, you did a cartoon? That's
Uh,
fantastic.
Oh, years ago. I was like a werewolf or something. I can't remember what it was now. They were called like Monster Force or Monster something. Yeah, Monster Team.
I'm gonna have to go through your IMDb. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't want to do it because then I'd be like, oh no, he's famous. I can't.
Lovely Lady Lumps. That's right.
Not
Go for Fluffernut. His quote in the movie. Lovely Lady Lumps. That's right.
lovely lady lumps.
You have to watch the movie, Gimpy. I'll send you a copy.
Okay.
There you go. All right. I should go and get on with life, I suppose. Stupid life. I prefer it here with Gimpy G and Wolf Pup. I'm just gonna say stop calling it Tech Bandits. We'll just call it, you know, it's the fun hour with Wolf Pup and Gimpy G.
All right.
I enjoy it. All right, Wolf Pup, you got anything to add? Then Wolf Pup, you got any science or anything from this week that we should be talking about before I go? Anything come up? Did you look into that plant-based, those plant things that were making vaccines? I know that
It's gone offline.
James did. Was he offline?
Yeah, I don't see him on Discord.
Oh my God, we must be. I'm like 0 for 0 today on the Tech Bandits. I've lost all of them. We've done a great job, Gimpy G, I think, in driving away the future generations. We're here to inspire. We're inspire the Tech Bandits as to what not to be. Don't be two old men discussing things on the internet past dinner time. Untitled Tech is saying goodnight. Snot Bubbles
Night,
AU.
buddy.
Is that Australia? Is that like Aussie? As always, it's awesome to catch your stream. Thank you very much. I honestly, I just enjoy doing it. Like I was trying to explain it to friends the other night, and I was saying like I said I don't know, like I don't feel like I need more friends. I have great friends, and I never talk to them. I never get a chance to catch up with half the people that I get to catch up with. But there's something about this I just love. There's something about this sort of like created this combination of brains that I like. I love the idea that you can start a tangent and you could sort of, it comes from your head into Gimpy's head or from Gimpy's head into my head. And then it shows up in the stream chat and then people run with it. And I don't know. I find it
And
kind
they
of,
riff on it. Yep.
I just kind of, it's kind of fabulous. That's all.
Chat's great.
Am I still doing Tech Bandits in schools, or did that get shut down because of COVID? I stopped. Yeah, Captain Catherine. I stopped doing it in the schools because of COVID, and also partially because the TDSB, the Toronto School District here, is just there's just so many rules and regulations, and the other thing I was worried about was that because there was no place for us to do it, we were doing it in the hallway, and I was just concerned that something was going to happen, or someone was going to get hurt, or it was just or whatever. I mean, it was very difficult to keep wheeling in 3D printers and stuff, and then having to set them up in a hallway during lunch was getting too crazy.
That's weird.
And honestly, the thing I've discovered, the joy that I have found in the pandemic, is that as you can tell, we've driven them all away today. But basically, the idea that I've accepted the fact that they're going to dual stream. So they're going to play video games and they'll pop in and out as they want to, as there's stuff that might be interesting or not interesting, right? I don't take any offense anymore, and I don't want them to. I did. At first, I was like, oh, man, I did all that work, and they don't give a crap about any of the stuff I've done. Now I just go like, what are we talking about? I'm curious to know if they want to run with it or not. And then some days I just force the issue like today because I'm like, I want to talk about being rich or getting rich. So it's entirely selfish. But I think what I like about the online stuff is we get to talk to kids on the platform that they like anyways, and just about stuff that isn't necessarily stuff that I would know that they'd want to talk about, So anyways, that's
right.
And
you get to meet minds that you never would meet.
Well, that's it. This is like Twitter as well for me. Like I find on Twitter, I get to meet and talk to people I wouldn't normally get to meet and talk to. It's the same thing here as things come up. I mean, Pac-Bum and I spent 3 hours or whatever talking about dental, being a dental hygienist and the whole, dentist profession and stuff. Like, it's just, that's something that I'm always fascinated by whatever anyone else geeks out about. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you can find what someone geeks out about, you found common ground. And the more stuff you know a little bit about, the more potential connections you have with people as you go forward.
Exactly.
And it's just, you know what? I just like learning stuff. Anyways,
that's
all right.
Why people need to chill out on you on the NFTs, because you're just infinitely curious. And you just, you're fascinated. That's all.
And happy to be wildly rich too, and undeservedly so. So as well. I mean, that's, I'm totally happy with that too. All right, everybody. Exactly. Get out of here. Gimpy G, thank you as always for stopping by. You sound fairly chipper. I mean, obviously, still stuff to work through, I imagine, but feeling good. If people, first off, everyone, damn it, if you were streaming, I could raid you, couldn't I? If you raid someone when you're not streaming, do they still go to your channel?
I have no idea. I wouldn't bother with that. I'd have to be streaming.
Anyway,
if anybody wants to go to GoFundMe, that would be fantastic.
Yes, let's do that one. Let me pull that one up now. I've got a special thing here that Cal is asleep, so she's not here to help. There you go. So please go check out Gimpy G. GoFundMe. Gimpy G, of course, managed to burn his house down while he was streaming. I don't know how he did it, but apparently, he managed somehow. And as a result, he is in temporary residence, which is obviously not set up for him in the same way that his old house was. I thought the most telling thing that you said in an interview was that you said all of a sudden you felt disabled. That whereas in your house, I thought that was a really something we wouldn't normally think about. So we will. So please go check out Gimpy G's GoFundMe. If you've got a couple of bucks, throw them that way. If not, I insist, if you can't throw money at him, go and at least subscribe or follow him on Gimpy G on Twitch as well. Okay. What a poignant statement, Gimpy G.
Amazing.
All right, get out of here. We'll see you all later. Be safe, be kind, be brilliant. Until we geek again, I will say cheerio and huzzah! And then I hit this button somewhere and it all stops. It all stops and everyone goes away. And I'm not important anymore because I'm a father of a teenager. Good night, everybody. Bye.